back my passport! Why do you want to go to Mexico?
I just love Latinas, Sonic.
That was not what I was expecting.
Hi, everybody.
Surprised, man. I'm not surprised.
It's a new one.
Oh God. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Extra Credits. We're talking about video games, and nothing but video games. We got a packed stream for you, and Angela's here is right here with the cringe. So we're here to talk about our favorite hedgehog, Sonic. But let me introduce to you some of the great guests. So first off, we have my arch nemesis, Melee K.
Oh yeah.
Hey, not on this topic. On this topic, we are united as one. That's right. Unless we get into debates on which Sonic characters, then maybe we'll be split. I have no idea.
Oh,
We
I didn't
should-
realize that it was a why is Sonic better than Mario? I thought it was just a Sonic appreciation stream, but I'm down.
Oh God! Already this is going off the rails. Second, next off, we have my brother in comics, Vaughn Coleman.
Oh yeah, how you guys doing?
And next we have my co-host with the mostest, the man who digs the graves, Cats of the Gravedigger.
Hello, my lovely duckies. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, nice. And last and certainly not least, and we have Nyx the White. We have the mistress of ships herself, Bunny Girl Nyx.
Hello.
All right. So first, I think probably the best thing would be to go around and say why we love Sonic, like what Sonic means to us, how we got into it, just kind of get like that baseline thing going. And so before we do that, we're gonna say hi to Tevya here. But let's go with ladies first. Let's start with Bunny Girl Nyx. What does Sonic mean to you?
Sonic was like one of my first ever video games, and I played on the GameCube. So I'm not actually that old. I'm like almost 28. But like Sonic Adventure 2 was my introduction to Sonic. And I kind of fell in love with the characters like immediately. The story was hype. I know that's kind of a hot take in the Sonic community, because like half of them are like, ew, the adventure games are gross and they're terrible.
Are those people the
Ruined
Sonic
Sonic.
community though? Like actually, like let's be real. Are those people, or are you talking about IGN and YouTubers in the 2010s?
Oh God, yeah, I saw that JonTron clip.
Did you see that JonTron clip? I don't know which them, but I'm saying, have you seen the Chow Mix video talking about how the 2010s sucked to be a Sonic fan? He did a great video breaking down.
Oh, I need to watch that video because yeah, it did. It was kind of okay. I want you guys to talk. It's not about me.
All right. Well, Sonic Adventure 2, from what it sounds like, I mean, everyone seems to love it.
It's the best baby kicking simulator ever.
Like,
The best
now
what?
people love-
What are you kicking babies in Sonic Adventure 2 for?
I mean, how else do you discipline the chows?
Oh my god, no, you love them, you coddle them, you carry them
Hang
to
on.
kindergarten, they sing songs.
Okay,
Right?
that's a bit of it's a bit of an inside joke among my.
No.
channels.
You know what? I'm inclined to. I haven't even played Sonic Adventure 2, but I'm going to agree with Phoenix Express's method of childcare. Actually,
You take them in that one room and just run in a circle where the music's like a banger, you know, where you spawn into the chow room. Just
see, I don't
run
know
around
that,
with
but
the chows.
I just think, listen, on principle, you see South Park where they go kick the baby. I think that's my approach. That's my approach to parenting.
See, like okay,
No.
That's a joke, by the way.
the
It's
reason-
a joke.
the reason for that is the controls to like pick up the chow versus like punch the chow are literally the same button. So like every time I'd be in the chow garden, I'd like run up to the chow, I'd want to hug it. I'd end up punching it instead, and Nyx would get upset.
You need to finesse it better. That's the problem. That's why Nyx is getting mad at you, because us pros,
No finesse.
we just pick it up. We just pick up the chow. We don't punch the chows.
You love the chows.
Skill issue.
Oh God. All right, Caster, what does Sonic mean to you? We're moving this along.
I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago. My first introduction to Sonic is the classic Genesis games, and that's really where my heart lies. I know people have been introduced to Sonic through GameCube, Dreamcast, whatever. Me, it's always been the classic four, 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. I just thought he was awesome. I was there for that quote unquote attitude era of Sega. You know, Mario was slow and dumb, and Sonic was cool and fast and hip. You know, and extreme. You know, of like the '90s thing. You know.
But Bubba, I plead the fifth.
Okay, we've all done it though. Let's be real. We've all thrown the penguin off the cliff. Come on.
Yeah.
I actually never played
Sad to
that
say.
game yet.
Oh,
I have it. I haven't played it yet.
You kind of have to play the original version because the remakes of them are not good.
Oh, really?
They don't feel the same. Yeah, if you can get yourself on original hardware for it, it's the best way to play. But yeah, the Switch version that came out, it's awful.
What?
Maybe
That's
if
the one
you-
I have. Damn. Why?
Do you have like the remaster, like the collection, or are you on the like
Yeah,
Switch
the
Online?
All-Stars.
Yeah, that's the worst
Could-
version.
could
The
you-
Switch
could you
Online
repeat
you can
that again?
play.
Could you repeat that for me?
Which one? Don't do the All Stars.
The best way to play them.
Oh, the best way to play them? Original hardware. So like play
Oh.
on
Oh.
N64 with a cartridge.
Oh,
oh,
Just
Melee,
play.
hey, you should have been here for last week's discussion. We were doing like
Why?
emulation versus like actual hardware. We were having that.
Okay, if you want to emulate the N64 version, that's fine. I'm just saying don't play the All Stars version. It's really bad.
Okay.
oh no!
That's
That
what
was music to my ears. I was like, yes, I fully agree.
I prefer
haven't-
original hardware. I've been in that discussion recently where I'm like, if I can get original hardware, I always do it that way. Like, unless it's like
Yeah.
impossible and the game is like $500 or something.
I've had the All-Stars
Yeah.
came out, and you're telling me it's bad?
Yeah, it's really bad. It's
Oh.
really bad. But 64 feels the worst on it. Galaxy feels the best. Sunshine's kind of in the middle. Like you can get away with it. But if you have a Switch Online and you have like the N64 controller that Nintendo shipped out, it's playable. But the controls don't really convert otherwise with the other controllers. So
Mm.
this
Nice.
isn't about Mario. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm just very. I just love the discussions that go where they go. But Vaughn, what
Yes.
does Sonic mean to you?
Man, I remember my first exposure to Sonic was so the first thing was I was on the playground with my friends, and my friend was like, "Hey, do you want to play Sonic?" Like, I guess on the playground. I was like, "I don't know what that is," but he was explaining it, and somehow I feel like I was able to picture the characters. Maybe I had seen them somewhere, I don't know, but he was like, "You want to play Sonic Heroes?" So that was the first introduction. I knew it as Sonic Heroes, and then he came over to his house. We played Sonic Heroes. And so that was my first Sonic game. And it's weird. I was terrible at it. I never got far at all, but I loved the characters. I'd read the manual all the time and get to know the characters inside and out. And so those 12 from Sonic Heroes are kind of like my first ones. Plus, of course, we had Eggman and Metal Sonic. And I remember, playing some of the others when I could, watching Sonic X, but I was always like into the lore and the characters. So when people are like, "Oh, Sonic should never have his extra characters," it's like, dude, my generation grew like my first exposure was all those extra characters, and I loved them.
Shit.
It really expanded the world. It really, and to me, I think it was great. I don't know how far I got, if it got to Metal Sonic, or how far I got, but I had it on PS2. But man, I love that game. And my love for the franchise and the characters within never died. And eventually, I went back and played them on mobile. Which the thing is, the mobile games are actually great. Like the Whitehead ports for 1, 2 CD.
Sonic Advance.
Sonic Advance on the mobile.
No, on GBA. Well, you said mobile, so I looped in handheld with that.
Yeah, I haven't played
That is
those.
not the same. Okay, don't loop in mobile and handheld. No,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
don't you dare insult my Game Boy Advance SP and consider that an iPhone.
I had the SP as well. Yeah, but and then I played Mania, and I finally played 3 and Knuckles recently. But I would like to say, Caster, when you're like, oh, the 4 Sonic games, Sonic Tales, where there was Sonic CD, I can't help but notice that was missing.
Oh, blasphemy!
Blasphemy! Come on, Sonic CD is certified classic.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't. But I was talking about just the original Genesis. But if you want to add the handhelds, yeah, we can go ahead and throw that on there.
CD was not a handheld.
Or not handheld, but
CD.
I meant original hardware. I meant the add-ons.
What about
Yeah.
Knuckles Chaotix?
Was that game? Did people like that game?
Yeah, it seems to be hit or miss.
Yeah, it seems to me like it's like a CD tends to seem like it's very much loved, in a way that. What do you think is the best? All right, you know what? Should we get it, or we'll get into that later.
All right, you know what the best
I'll
handheld
get
version
into
of
what's-
Sonic ever is? Is Sonic Jam on the Gamecom.
Never heard of it. But
Melee, I think Melee knows what I'm talking about.
to get back to it, sorry, because I always go off topic. I mean, Sonic for me is like a pure fun mixed with like a lot of heart and some great characters that they're simple but easy to get into. And I think everyone has their favorite Sonic characters. Yes, everyone, and they can explain who this character is, what their personality is, how they play off of this character. As in theorizing, it's like a lot of simple characters that I don't like. It's childhood joy that follows you into adulthood, I guess is what I would describe Sonic as.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't fall in love with Sonic as a kid, maybe it'll be harder for you as an adult. But there's something about this character that, and I thought that's what the topic of the stream was, that it was just why we love Sonic. But we can talk about we can dunk on.
I
the
mean,
plumber.
technically it is. I mainly just did the Mario one for
No, I
debate.
get. Yeah, it's good. We could do that too. But yeah, there's
Yeah, we
something
can.
about Sonic that's just captivating and will continue to be. And I think the new movie highlighted it. I think the dynamic between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, especially, oh my god, just the way the characters play off each other is something really special about it, and it will continue to be for all time. So yeah, that's Sonic. Also, some great music. Even when the games aren't great, the characters are great. Like Sonic
Rolling
Heroes.
around at the speed of sound.
Yeah, like Sonic Heroes, from what I understand, isn't beloved as a game. I don't even know if I enjoyed the gameplay that much, in all honesty. I think I liked it enough, but I never finished the game. Let's put it that way. So I think that's it.
I tried playing Sonic Heroes. I just found it kind of repetitive, and I knocked it down after like playing like 2 levels or something.
Yeah.
But speaking of repetitive, Melee. What does Sonic mean to you?
Fuck does that mean? Oh my god, you made me swear. I tried not to swear
No
on
one
your
made
channel.
you swear. You
Clink.
did it yourself.
I blame Phoenix for that one. What does that mean? Also, you're gonna hear James yelling in the background because we have our own stream on our channel coming on. But
well, Melee is competitive in the sense that if you go to competitive, there's like 3 characters everyone plays.
Melee is great.
Everyone else
Melee is
Fox,
the best Smash
Fox.
Bros.
Fox, Falco, Sheik. Who else is viable?
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff's not competitively viable.
Tell that to Hungry Box.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
One
You want me to talk
Are you
about
for-
Sonic? I'll talk
Yeah,
about
let's
Sonic.
talk about-
Okay,
about
let's talk about
Sonic.
Sonic. Okay. Sonic 2 is where I started. That's my first ever video game, actually, like ever that I played. So that I already fell in love with Sonic from there. And the Sega Genesis was just like an amazing era for me
Oh,
in
definitely.
general. Around that age, I was also reading like the Sonic comic book, so I didn't like continue reading that for a long time. But I remember like it was Sally Acorn or whatever, and like all that stuff. And I used to go week to week and look at the comics for a bit, and that was fun. And then of course the cartoons. I was huge into Sonic Underground, Sonic X,
Yes.
Sonic Adventure 2, of course, Sonic Adventure 1. Just everything was Sonic. If it was in front of me, I would consume it. So for me, Sonic 2 is just like the one I always think fondly of, and I'll always credit for the reason why I play video games today, and that's why I love him. And I just loved him that he was a dude with the attitude, you know? He was going fast, and Mario's the sluggish combat and everything. And I love Mario as well, but I just loved the like console wars back then. It just felt cool to be like, yeah, I'm a Sonic fan. Screw you, Nintendo. So that's where my
I mean,
love
we all
comes
know
from.
Genesis does what Nintendo, so.
Exactly, yeah. And I did love Sonic Heroes, by the way. Sonic Heroes was great. It's just one of those games where it's like the longer you go, you realize that they did not have development time. It's just like this is getting worse slowly. And of course, I love the Shadow the Hedgehog game as well, because who doesn't love Shadow?
What if we had Sonic? but he was dark and edgy, and we gave him a gun.
Dude, I
His
was playing.
introduction was amazing. I love Shadow. Oh my god.
I finally watched the Adventure 2 cutscenes I want to play through. I played a bit of Shadow the Hedgehog. It's weird. I always thought Shadow was cool for the reasons you mentioned, but I didn't realize how great he was until I saw his Adventure 2 storyline and the movie nailed him. But I was watching this Shadow cutscene, so I was like, it was about because I was preparing to do a Shadow movie or series prediction video, and about 10 minutes into watching these cutscenes, I'm like, there is no way they're adapting this. This is so corny. Where he's like, Shadow, I need you to do this, and he's like, oh, what? Like all the Shadow's dialogue is so bad in that game. Where he's like, wait, what is it? What is the one line? It's like stealing candy from a baby, which is fine by me. I'm like, oh my god,
That was definitely
Edgy boy.
Sonic. That was definitely Sonic Team's.
where's that
emo
damn
teenage
fourth
days.
Chaos Emerald?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, Sonic Underground was great. Look, when you go back and watch it, it's like not as amazing.
Underground.
Yeah, but that intro song hits so good. I love the edgy aesthetic and everything. And, it was just perfect. But the Sonic AM, like the original Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, that was also good. It's hard to choose. Like now I'm also like, I love Sonic Boom. That's probably one of my favorite Sonic cartoons ever. So they're just constantly making good cartoon content for Sonic.
Yeah.
Kind of funny though, because in Underground, someone on Twitter pointed out, one of my mutuals was like, "Yeah, I've noticed going back and rewatching that wherever the Sonic triplets go, they tend to make things worse than better." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, wait a minute."
I love how they brought the Knuckles arc late into the Sonic Underground cartoon as well. And it was like just him getting manipulated again because Knuckles always gets manipulated into thinking Sonic is bad for some reason. It's like, great, yeah.
Okay, it's because Knuckles is kind of socially unaware. And it's because he's been living by himself on an island his whole life.
And you know what? Honestly, I know Phoenix doesn't fully agree with me. I love the Knuckles show so much, like the new one from Paramount.
There's not
And-
enough Carrie Elwes in the show.
Don't get me started. You have started a Carrie Elwes curse on me, sir.
What do you
Okay.
mean? Isn't
Ever
it Carrie
since-
Yules? I thought.
Okay, Carrie
Carrie-
Yules. I don't know
Carrie-
his name.
I thought it was always pronounced Ellis. He's the
I'm
guy
calling
from
him
Princess
Carrie Yules.
Bride,
That sounds better.
Robin Hood Men in Tights,
Let's check.
Twister, and his best role, Knuckles.
Okay, so I was on your show.
Crystal Pete.
And you were like, we're watching Robin Hood Men in Tights. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And he was in it. And I honestly was not a big fan of that movie, right? And then I was watching Knuckles at the same time. You know that. We had a discussion on it. Why are you acting shocked? And then
Content.
I was watching the Knuckles show and I was like, oh God, it's this guy again. But he was acting like obnoxious on purpose. So people loved him for that. But I was annoyed because all I saw him in was Robin Hood Men in Tights. Then all of a sudden, I'm just casually watching movies for the next few months. And he shows up in everything I'm watching. Everything. Just
Freaking
randomly.
Like next month we did Princess Bride, which he was in.
Oh, was
Love it.
yeah, there you go.
and then
You
you
know,
watched Twister. You watched the original Twister. He was there.
there was like the Top Gun parody movie. He was in that. And then I was catching up on all like the Nosferatu Dracula movies. He's in one of those, and I'm like, he keeps popping up everywhere.
And then you watched the canceled Wonder Woman pilot with Adrian Pilecki, and he's there.
Oh, is he in there? There you go. It's
Is
almost
he?
better if I don't know where he is because it's so much funnier that I just get mad every time I see him now. Like, why is he
go?
here?
Very.
But anyway, so what I was saying with the Knuckles
Following me
show.
around.
It feels like it. It really feels like it. Phoenix started this, and it just feels like forever. This man is following me around now. Carrie L's rules, whatever you want to call him. But
Oh, yeah.
Knuckles did an excellent job of doing that kind of like fish out of water thing with the character, and like it's just so funny seeing him interact with everything and be confused constantly. So I thought they nailed that. It was really charming.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing, buddy? Also, he was the mayor in Stranger Things Season 3, by the
Yes.
way. So.
No, well, good thing I don't like Stranger Things.
What do you mean? Hang on. What's wrong? How do you not like him?
I don't. Okay, it's
He's
not that
the goat.
Okay, it's not that I don't like the guy. It's just a meme for me
blonde,
at this
isn't it?
point. It's literally just
If-
a
if-
meme at this point.
If I ever meet Carrie Ellis, I'm literally gonna get him to sign a picture to you and say, "To my greatest fan."
But you love him. You would really take that time just to troll me?
Yes, and I'm gonna frame it and send it to you and have you put it on your wall.
And what are you gonna do if you say you don't like him after that? That's despicable. You're literally gonna be forced to. We're gonna have to force you to convert to being.
All
I'm
right,
gonna have
Cass.
to put his posters on my wall and everything.
Cassie,
Yes!
we need you to weigh on this Carrie Ellis debate here.
What do you want?
What's your opinion? We need your input on the Carrie Ellis debate. Is he good?
I mean, yeah, he's a good actor. He's, I got no problem with him. I mean,
You got
not
no
like
problem.
a big fan of him or anything, But he's never been out. I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad movie.
That's the thing, is that I actually don't have a problem with him in any of the roles I've seen him in since. It was just the funny, like, 1-2 punch of, like, watching him in Robin Hood Men in Tights and then immediately seeing him in Knuckles and just hating both of those roles specifically. And then him chasing me around.
All right.
Yeah. So as for myself, as my relationship with Sonic, yeah, we're just now getting to me. By the way, I'm like Caster. I got into it in the Genesis era. I always like Mario was cool, but like Sonic was always cooler. Like I love kind of like he had like that 90s too. Like honestly, there's no other character that really encapsulates the 90s more than Sonic, in my opinion. Yeah, and I've loved him ever since. And then obviously when he had the Sonic movie came out, honestly, I love all three. Even that first movie, it just hits.
Dude, the redemption arc those movies went on from that first trailer to now.
Yeah, I love like how
the rest
people,
of Hollywood can take notes. The rest of the entertainment industry can take notes
yeah.
from their fans. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
Melee, it looks like she has something she wants to say.
No, I just really hated the first movie, but I love the third movie.
Would you have liked it better if he looked like in the first trailer?
No. I'm really happy that they listened to the fans. And I completely agree with you that like it should be a model for everyone to go listen to your fans. They're just giving you good constructive criticism and it made it infinitely better. No one would have taken those movies seriously.
Dude, especially that one line he says early on. Who's echoing?
I think it might be Caster.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like your mic is going crazy, bro.
Yeah, Caster, if you haven't put any headphones in, please do so.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, what was I gonna say? The first movie I haven't rewatched. I want to rewatch all of them. That could be even fun to do watch parties and then just upload a commentary track. If anyone wants to do
I kind
that.
of want to rewatch them as well because I feel like really the thing that stands out to me is the second movie was the moment I hated the most was the wedding.
The wedding
I
is the
always-
worst. It's
like-
a sore thumb.
It's so bad. And then I think of everything else. I'm like, you know what? Like, it's not as bad. Like, the first movie, I shouldn't really say I hated it. I think I just really hated it at the time, but now I kind of more of a dislike. And the third movie proved to me, like, how much they could really do. And I feel like if they continue on this trajectory, it's going to be, like, one of the greatest video game movie series of all time. Like, I think that 3 is quite literally one of the best video game adaptations ever.
Is there one that's even on par with it? I'm trying to think of it.
I would give the Mario movie a lot of points too. I have a lot
that
of
one
issues
was
with that
good.
movie, but I think the Mario movie and the Sonic movie both are doing really good.
Mario
job of
movie was
upholding.
good. The problem I had with it is they had like, oh, let's just shove in random song here. Like when they were doing like they're doing like, oh, let's show the Donkey Kong area and let's set it to Aha's "Take on Me" for no reason or whatever.
But I think Take on Me is kind of a banger, so I'm gonna be the
Well, no one's been
contrarian.
disagreeing with you on that, by the way.
I didn't mind. Well, okay, I would have preferred a lot more like Mario songs, and I really wish they hadn't girl bossed Peach so much
Me
because
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that problem as well.
Princess Peach, as a big Princess Peach fan, I am so here for her just being the dainty girly girl that she's always been
Mhm.
and having her kick butt in that capacity. Like, yeah, she can do cool things. Like, girl can float. All right,
Yeah. She's
incorporate
so
that.
dainty. It's not because, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. I agree with you 100. That's another sore thumb on that movie is that they did that with Peach, and they admitted it, by the way, because people were telling me on stream, like, people were saying it was Girl Boss and it wasn't. No, the creators behind the scenes were like, they updated it for modern audiences. Like, they admitted it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they did girl boss her, and it kind of annoyed me. And really, the main question in that movie is why did Mario even show up when Peach was able to do everything on her own, anyways?
Exactly.
Like, it just didn't really feel correct in the plot, but everything else felt great. And of course, my other issue with that movie is Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. I cannot stand
bad.
that man.
No,
It's so bad.
But,
But yeah,
like,
other than that, it's a great film. I think it's one of the best video game adaptations as well.
See,
I took
my
my niece to see it the day it was released in our theaters, like the day of, and it was literally the day after my birthday. I spent my birthday essentially taking my then 4 or 5-year-old niece to the Mario movie. And as soon as I came back from it, I was like, they girl bossed Peach. And everyone's like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, you don't know what you're
yeah,
talking
it was weird. So many people were defending that. I was like,
about. And I was like, no.
well, apparently
They
it was a
girl
lot
boss
worse
my girl.
before Nintendo stepped in. Apparently it was a lot worse. That's what I heard.
I think that's what people always say to make it feel better. They'll be
Soften
like,
the
it was
blow,
always it was worse. So like the version that we got because it's better, it's like acceptable and good. I know you're not necessarily saying that, Phoenix, but I think that's why a lot of people defend it because they're just like, oh, it could have been way worse. Look at all the other stuff we see in media and how it could have been. Like it's significantly worse. But yeah, I don't know. I think they combined characters. That's how I view it. Like they gave her a bit of Daisy.
Mhm.
That's what it felt like to me.
My Peach, and now like
So, yeah, so Caster hasn't had a chance to speak for a little bit. What's your opinion on the Mario movie, sir?
I mean, I liked it. I mean, of course, I mean, you know, it could have been a lot worse, seeing how it's from Illumination. But you know, but the fact that like Miyamoto was, you know, very close, you know, on the set, I knew it was going to be good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It could have been better, but I think for what it is, it's good.
I think
Yeah.
Sonic is better. I'm gonna say it.
I think
Yeah.
it took 3 movies to get as good at, like, I think that, for example, within the first movie, the Mario movie is closer. But I will say the Sonic movie has, like, all the complaints come from the human character.
I would say by the second movie they had kind of nailed it. Like obviously I don't like the wedding
except
scene.
for the wedding scene, which sticks out like a sore thumb because you know why it
The
sticks out so
whole
much?
movie.
Because the rest of the movie is
likes the
great.
wedding.
Because the rest of the movie is so great that sequence sticks out. Like I'm sure,
Like I even like the whole dance off with the Russians. Like that
where he has a
actually
tattoo
kind
of himself. Yeah,
like that was kind
That
of
was pretty epic.
funny. Also just like the snowboarding scene, you know, ice cap zone.
yeah. Now I need to rewatch. Now that I played Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the first time, I need to rewatch that because I don't think I fully appreciated that. Dude, also
literally-
Snowcap Zone. I've been listening to the original because it was Michael Jackson. Obviously, did the soundtrack.
No, it was Jet Zones. Hard Times was what it was based off of.
Well,
'Cause if you
yeah.
look-
Well,
you
when
listen
did
to
Hard
Hard
Times
Times-
come out?
It was like in the 80s, but one of the guys from the Jet Zones was like was a collaborator with Michael Jackson. It's like a lot of the collaborators worked on music for the game.
When? Let's see. Let me see when this came out. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't know that.
Yeah, the Jet Zones they've actually like kind of laid into it. Like they've reissued the song on a single, but if you notice when they do, they use like pixel art of mountains from Sonic 3. Like they know why people are buying this single.
That's cool. All right. I didn't realize that the Jetsons came first. Okay. Well, then it was a Casino Night Zone. Then is the one that they pulled from Michael Jackson for.
I think there was a couple of them. Like I think there was like a melody in Sonic 3 that's like very similar to Stranger in Moscow.
There's a couple that are really similar. Which again, see that on a Mario soundtrack? I don't think so. Case closed.
Oh, Sonic's soundtrack in almost every game is fantastic. You know, people don't really like Sonic Heroes, but Sonic Heroes has the best Crush 40 song. What I'm Made of?
Yeah,
Yeah, the opening too.
what was-
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what was What I'm Made of from? 'cause I've heard of-
You won't know it if you didn't finish the game. It's like
Is
the
that from-
last song that they play.
Okay.
And it's like the final boss rush. But Crush 40 has also been on record saying that's their favorite song that they produced. I think it's fantastic. It beats, like, I don't know if I can say it beats Live and Learn and all that stuff, but
I
it's
hate this
really high
already
up there.
recommended to me. Yoshi! Yoshi, why are you in a Sonic stream? Why? How did you cross the universes here?
No,
Like
because he's
Yoshi.
here to defend the guy who raised him and then kicked him off a cliff, like an abuse victim.
Exactly.
What
There
in
you
the
go.
Tekken are we talking about?
Sonic, by the way, Sonic treats Tails better than Mario treats Yoshi. That's another reason why Sonic's better.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, Tails isn't the equivalent of a pet to Sonic. He's
Correct.
like a brother.
Yes, which is why.
Yoshi can't even form sentences. Unfortunately,
Like, I'm sorry.
Like, I'm
If
not
it's the difference
defending
between me, if they're between like sacrificing my pet and reaching that ledge, I'm jumping off Yoshi mid jump.
That's mean. You shouldn't do that.
Kicking babies, killing chows. We're seeing a pattern here from you.
Oh, Caster, defend me, sir.
Do what? I got his hand out there.
No,
All right,
no.
so
it's-
yeah,
it's-
there is your defense squad.
You're
All
gonna defend a baby kicker? No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
No,
anyway.
no.
Can I just
But-
say one thing though about the second movie's wedding scene? It did set up a pretty funny joke in the third movie.
Are you talking about Tom impersonating the guy? Or
Yeah.
yeah. You know, the third movie, they were in it so little that I was like, I actually kind of like their cameos in it, which
I
is
did-
crazy.
Oh my god, Puppet Tom! Me and my aunt were laughing our asses off in the theater.
Yoshi should have evolved. It should evolve into Dragonite.
Dude, Yoshi. No, that's too many crossovers for my like. No, look, we all like Sonic here. By the way, I mean it's Mario here. I think, right?
Like, yeah,
But
okay.
I like
no-
both, yeah.
No one who's a Mario fan, I don't think, is into lore the way Sonic fans are. No one talks about the characters' personalities at the level that we
Okay,
do with,
Yoshi, just to say, Mario was cool, but this is a Sonic stream, so we're going to be a bit biased here, but Mario is cool too.
yes, and I think we can agree Mario probably is more consistent in quality as a franchise. In terms of the games.
Yes, Mario is
Waiting
never.
for Sunshine 2. One
Yeah.
day I will get it. One
Well,
day.
When I get Wind Waker too, I don't know if it's gonna happen for either of us.
I mean, you did get Wind Waker too. It's called Phantom Hourglass for the DS.
No, don't remind me. They're awful.
Spirit
Phantom
Tracks.
Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. They shouldn't even be games. They're so
Phantom
bad. Why are
Hourglass
you
is
doing this to
literally
me
a
right now?
sequel. Phantom Hourglass is literally
It's
a sequel to the Wind
Awful.
Waker.
It doesn't count as a sequel.
I hated it.
I never played. I need to get back into. I had always planned on playing all the Zelda games. I probably will at some point. I'll take time.
Dude, I've been actually doing really well. Like, I've been streaming Breath of the Wild on Saturdays. Those streams have been like being killer. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I have Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe I'll play more of that on stream. But I never finished it. I've had it for like years.
All right, thank you, Yoshi. But I do love Yoshi. I especially love it when you swallow the red shell and you spit the fire. That's always very helpful. Thank you.
Bravo!
So,
Oh,
Caster,
God.
what's your
Of course
opinion
it's
on
almost
Yoshi?
dead.
The one in the chat or the one in the game?
Pick your poison.
Yoshi,
The one,
it's
hang on, what's the
perfect-
difference?
It's perfectly okay, man. It's fine. We're happy to have you here.
But yeah. I mean, I like Yoshi as a character. I mean, I don't hate him. I'll watch some people do. But I mean,
Okay,
but yeah,
Wait, there's a lot. of
I'm
people that
definitely
hate
sacrificing
Yoshi.
for that double jump though.
I'm just gonna say this.
People
Okay,
hate
this is
Yoshi?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know
but-
anyone that hates you. Who hate? Is there an anti-Yoshi community?
I'm just. This is gonna be a controversial take. I think the Yoshi
That's
games
him.
are better than Mario.
No, they are.
What?
I have to play those. But can I
What
get
is
back to the
happening
point?
in this
Where is?
conversation
Yeah,
now?
hold on. Let's get back to the point. No, but let's get back to the point. Where
Yes.
is this anti? You said it like it's a fact. Like, oh, I know there's a lot of people that hate on Yoshi. Where?
It's like the anti-Yoshi
No.
coalition. That
Yeah, like if you were like, there are a lot of people that don't like the Sonic Adventure game.
They
I'm
meet
like,
twice a
I know
month.
who those people are.
They meet twice a month.
But like you said, I'm not. That's not even a rhetorical question. Like, who are these individuals? Because I've never heard of them. Did you just make that up?
silence says it all. I don't think it exists, man.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, like.
Oh, Bubba disagrees, so that's fine.
Are you a Yoshi hater?
About the coalition?
Hatred, how dare hatred.
Oh my
Alright, anyway.
god.
Look,
I wanted
Yoshi
to
is our
mention
goat.
something with the Tails thing as well. I know, Phoenix, I don't know if you're eventually going to do a discussion on just the movies alone. I don't want to like step on that, but I really loved how in the movie they had like the Tails moment where he's talking with Eggman's henchman. And I think that perfectly reflects like
Oh,
Sonic and Tails' relationship. And I thought that was like one of the best Tails media I'd ever seen. Usually I'm like,
As a
whatever.
Tails fan, I
you
do
know?
appreciate it.
Yes.
Tails is my favorite. I am a Tails fan.
horrible. It's
Okay,
like,
wait. I want to hear why Tails is your favorite because I've never met a Tails fan.
What? Everyone likes Tails.
No, I
Okay,
mean like
Oh,
someone who
is
says
their
it's their
favorite?
favorite character.
Okay.
Sonic?
I'm always attracted to the brainy characters. Like I'm a Blue Ranger fan, like Billy. Also, I like how Tails flies. Like he flies. He's the genius of the group. But even though he's never as fast as Sonic, he's always trying his hardest. He's kind of like got like that underdog energy. I don't know. I've always kind of been drawn to Tails.
He's pretty hilarious in Sonic Boom as well.
Sonic
I love
Forces
him.
did him dirty.
Sonic Forces? I
Yeah,
can't get through that game.
Massively
Like
dirty. Oh
I've
my
tried
God.
playing. I can't. Sorry, what were you saying?
He's literally like cowering in a corner away from the bad guys, and I'm like, this is not my boy. This is not the guy who stood up to Eggman, diffused his missile in Sonic Adventure 1, and then went on to rescue Amy in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic. If like oh my god. And then the whole Chaos Emerald thing with the fake emerald, that Sonic Forces did him dirty, man. Because, like, Tails was being set up to become kind of a hero in his own right instead of just Sonic's sidekick. And he did. And then Sonic Forces came along. And they ruined all of it.
So I shouldn't try to play through Sonic Forces again.
Maybe not.
Okay, yeah. It was a rough slog for me. Sonic Forces and Sonic Colors are the ones I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
But the thing is, no Sonic discussion, especially when we're talking about the characters, is complete without talking about the favorite Sonic fan, Amy Rose.
I love her. She's my she's actually my my profile picture on Twitter right now. I did a poll. People's like, yeah, you should do Amy.
Vaughn, what's your take on Amy Rose?
My take, I've been doing videos on that. That's been popping off. My take on it is that they're again I'm afraid they're gonna give her that treatment, the infamous girl boss treatment.
The post-credit scene kind of did hint at it. To be
I
honest.
think that not only did it hint at it, but Ian Flynn was basically like, yeah, she was just a damsel in distress. He went back and revised Generations dialogue.
Yeah.
And
I'm
scenes.
gonna have to appear at his house one night.
The games, the comics apparently are doing that. Apparently, he's like people. He's like hinted that like Sega. There's a whole video I'll send you guys that I was watching recently, where it's like Ian Flynn and Pete and modern writers don't get Amy, and basically it's like it seems to me like the people in charge of writing Amy don't like Amy. They've changed translations of her lines, and even like I haven't played Frontiers yet, but even in Frontiers, and it seems like the new fans are liking it better. But
I think Geek Hero Bubba, he settles the argument. Biggs the Cat is the best Sonic side character.
No. I like
Froggy!
him. Don't get me wrong,
He's the
but-
best Sonic Adventure 2 Easter egg. Every time you turn
He
around,
is!
whoa! Why is Big the Cat there? Why is he staring at me?
did they know he was going to be a meme when they did that? Like, why did they do that?
I don't know. I think they just
they
made
just
him
did
a
it
meme
to
on by
screw with us.
accident.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, because
did
he's
people
a
hate
playable
Big the Cat
character.
on
He's
film?
playable in Sonic Adventure 1. He's playable in the first game. And
Right,
I
I
think there's
know
like
that.
such a reaction.
I'm pretty sure Cream the Rabbit was their one cameo in Sonic Adventure 1. Like,
What?
I
Oh,
think,
the first one. Yeah.
yeah, well,
Cream's
I don't
in
know
SA1.
if I don't want to say that for sure, but when you first come out of your first mission as Sonic, and you go and you head off to the train station, you can see something flying past, and from my memory, it kind of looked like Cream the Rabbit.
I gotta look into this.
So
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
if it is for certain, but it could be. But
So
back
apparently
then,
she was created for Sonic Heroes, and then she started to appear in the Sonic Advance games.
huh?
But she was
But-
in Sonic X, so it's no. I guess that that timeline doesn't completely work out. I don't know. It's possible.
But like
Possible.
back to Amy, because I really want to talk about this. I don't think any of the modern Sonic team understands what who Amy really is.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, she was a damsel in distress in her first appearance, and in a couple of them. But even when she's being a damsel in distress, she's also going around and helping everyone else. Sonic Adventure 1, she like saves the Flicky, and she kind of helps not Beta. Is it Beta?
The robot guy. He's the one who turns him good.
Yeah, she's the one who gets him started on his path.
Gamma.
Good. Yeah, Gamma, I was right.
Well, yeah, but girl bosses need to take away all like feminine traits because they're all weaknesses. Because these people
No.
deep down hate women. I firmly believe
Yep.
that these people deep
I
down
do
hate
too.
women. They
But,
hate
like-
their mothers.
You hate women too, Nix?
That's what she said. She's like, I agree. I, Nix, also hate women.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Self-hating. But like, yeah, no. Sonic Adventure 2, Amy's getting held at gunpoint by Robotnik. Couple times actually. But even after Tails saves her, she goes and saves Sonic. Like how did she reasonably get the key card needed to save Sonic? They don't show us, but I firmly believe she had to kick some butt to get it.
Amy's
Yeah.
such a weird character to me because I understand why people are concerned about the girl boss thing with her, and her writing has been so inconsistent across Sonic media. Sometimes you'll see her in something and she really is a damsel in distress, and it makes sense to the story.
The early
Sometimes she's-
versions, like Sonic CD, she was a damsel.
Which
Yeah, and
there's
then-
nothing wrong with, by the way. The girl
Sometimes
being a
she's
damsel.
yeah, that's totally fine. And then sometimes she's simping for Sonic, right? And so you kind
Kind
of get that vibe where she's just like chasing, she's like, "Oh, Sonic!"
I mean, have you seen those quills?
Like,
She has
I'm
quills,
not into
too.
the furry thing, bro. No, I'm not going down this road.
Her thing with
Uh.
Sonic makes more sense when you realize she's only 12. Like that's her canonical age.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
Sonic's 16. So for me, it's less that she's completely and totally infatuated with him, and more that ever since he saved her, she looks up to him. Like, yeah, she has a crush on him, and she's going about it in kind of an odd way because she's young and inexperienced, but also he's literally her hero.
Yeah.
Well, so it's inconsistent, right? And then now they're trying to empower her more, and a lot of people like the more empowered Amy. I
don't-
kind of like the Saturday morning cartoon style Amy. Like personally, that's my kind of fun with it. But I think really where it went wrong with Shadow X Generations, which I haven't played through yet because I'm kind of upset at how much they've changed from the original Generations. But the problem is that they're removing references like her being the girlfriend and all this kind of stuff, and that was because of the whole lawsuit situation, which a lot of Sonic fans are aware of. And
Yeah,
it's
Ken
Sega being
Penders!
insincere. Yeah, Ken Penders and just like stuff, characters in comic books being tied up, and them just tightening the rope in terms of like what they're allowed to do with Sonic characters. Yeah, Sonic characters going forward. They're loosening up now, but one of the things is really how Amy is portrayed, and they're very like particular about that. So that's where people get confused. I think with the Shadow Generations, they should have just made it 1-to-1 with the regular Generations and ignored their lawsuit stuff. And because they didn't, a lot of people kind of picked on that and was like, they're just making this game woke and all this stuff. I'm like, no, there's a lot more layers to it. I spent like 2
Yeah.
hours talking about it on my channel because I'm like, this is a lot more nuanced than people think, but it's really easy with everything going on to feel like this is just a part of that too. But that's why people get like concerned that she's getting girl boss. But I think she can be empowered. It's just
Right.
like she has to, at the end of the day, go back to Sonic and still be kind of smitten over him. And I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Caster-
again, that's the point, is that there's people like literally one of the biggest Sonic YouTubers did a video saying, I don't want to see romance at all with Amy Rose. I love Amy, but I don't want to see it. So I'm like, then you just don't want to see Amy. Straight
Yeah.
up, that is literally the character's created.
Amy
That's
is
like saying,
we
that's
like
like saying
we
I
don't
want to
need
see
to
Lois Lane, but I don't want to see her loving Superman.
Well, Jared would have some things to say about that. But
Well, she was created as a love interest for Superman. so-
Exactly. Yeah. It's
creators
like,
are
like
right.
Girl Boss MJ
creators
as
are
well.
right.
It's like
you
you
don't
want
need
to
to
see
see
Peter and MJ. Like you don't want to
You-
see like
yes, it's a kids property. You don't need to see Amy and Sonic mashing lips. You don't need
I don't
to see
think-
that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what people are even debating though. You just like it's clear that there's a dynamic between Sonic
Well,
and
I was
Amy,
trying to
and
make a
people
point. I
think
was
that,
setting
like,
up for something.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to see the mashing lips, but like the cutesy romance thing, like puppy love, like because to me Amy is puppy love. That it's like she's 12 years old. Okay, she's 12 years old. She doesn't know anything. To me, it's like a puppy love kind of thing. Like she looks at him, admiration, and that can be kind of cool to explore in a children's media.
Well, that and there are a lot of the times Sonic is at least hinted to have feelings for her too.
Fair
Mhm.
enough.
Like
Which is fine.
a lot of people I think don't understand this. Sonic doesn't hate her, but I see a lot of Sonic fans be like, "Oh, she's so annoying. Sonic hates her. Why is she constantly around?" I'm like, Sonic doesn't hate Amy. I don't think it's in
Yeah.
Sonic to hate anyone really. Sonic gets
No.
annoyed with Amy because
He works
she's
with
very
Eggman,
clingy.
like,
But like,
because he's a Sigma male.
but
He is.
Sonic
Sonic's
does
on that.
care for Amy.
Sonic's on that Sigma grind set.
He literally is, and he's like, Amy, I'm too busy being
All right.
Sonic.
Caster, is Sonic a Sigma male?
He knows.
Caster.
Caster fucked off, I guess. He's like,
All
bye.
right. Yeah, we're having some audio issues with him, so it's fine.
Sonic is
Um,
the Sigma male. Come on, let's be
all
real.
right, anyway,
Every male
all right.
wants to be Sonic.
Real quick, because we're all like, all right, because with Amy, we could talk about our ideal portrayals of the character, but I think we're off base for a bit. I would love to do that on another stream, maybe, but let's get back. You mentioned your favorite character. Oh, you mentioned your favorite character was Tails. Everyone
Yeah.
else, let's give all of our, because I'd have to think about mine. I have like a few, but everyone give me
Okay.
your couple favorites. You know, should we do our top
Answer.
fives?
all right.
Top
Let's
fours? Or
So,
top
Caster,
three? Or top
What are your top 5 Sonic characters, sir? All
He said he
right.
muted his mic. in the
Yeah,
chat.
because there was echoing problems. That's I don't know what's going on, but he's not muted now. All right, Nix, what are your top 5 Sonic characters?
Amy, Rouge, Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow. I didn't even have to think about it.
All right.
Those are good picks. So again, you must be annoyed with the fact that every female character is being screwed with right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
really, I am.
Well, it's to protect you, you know, as a woman.
You
Oh, yeah.
kids and your furry video game characters, Herman.
Yeah, I definitely need protecting from the big titted bat. Hedgehog girl.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Caster,
Yeah.
welcome back, sir.
Okay.
What are your top 5 favorite Sonic characters?
Well, number 1 is Sonic. Number 2 is Knuckles. I guess we got Shadow and oh god, who else we got here? I guess Shadow, Amy, and I guess the big man himself, Robotnik.
Interesting. All right. So no one post 1999 sounds like.
Wait, what?
Well, what was your? Because it seems like so. What yours was Sonic, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Robotnik, and who?
There's Shadow, Amy, and Robotnik.
Oh, Shadow, Amy, no Tails.
Hmm.
Not in
Because I
top
do
five,
feel like
no.
Sonic fans. I do feel like Sonic fans kind of comes in like eras. Like you have like your Genesis era, you have the GameCube era, and then you have like more of the modern Sonic
Okay.
fans. Like there's kind of 3 generations of Sonic fans. in my
Okay,
opinion.
gotcha. All right. So Melee, I guess that's over to you, and then Phoenix, and then I'll go last since I asked this question.
Okay.
Shadow Knuckles, Sonic, Rouge. And I don't really know if I have a fifth. I guess I'd pick Eggman if I had to.
Yeah, I had to figure out my fifth. I just had four.
Okay. For
Echo's
me,
back, by the way.
yeah.
Echo's definitely back.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Got
Yeah.
this from the cinema.
Ooh, what is that?
Oh, you don't know? You didn't get the bucket and all the stuff when you saw Sonic 3, you fake fan?
No.
You didn't get it?
Get
the
I'm
light
the
up
only one wearing a shirt.
Dude, I got the Knuckles stuff. I got the popcorn bucket because I'm a real fan.
Only
What?
a real thing. Not the bucket.
things. What the hell?
Come on, guys.
I love how every time I have guests on, it becomes a competition of who can beat up Nick more. I love you guys.
That's it. I'm getting my Shadow the Hedgehog plushies and my necklace. Those are gonna come someday.
Okay.
I need to get a Sonic shirt. I don't have one at the moment.
Oh,
You need to,
I do
sir.
have. If I can find it. If not, that's fine. But I do have a Hero Chow stuffed animal that my younger brother bought me for Christmas 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Oh,
Can I kick it?
No!
it?
This year he got me Toon Link from Zelda.
Hmm.
Pretty
I
great.
still play Wind Waker.
Johnny, those people don't exist.
Yeah, we don't talk about 06.
Why don't we talk about 06?
It was terrible. Terrible game.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty
Laggy,
bad.
terrible, unplayable
I played
mess.
it. I hated it. Damn you, Silver!
Fur bait.
Look, the game is pretty bad. I'm playing through it right now, and we're suffering on it
Why?
on our channel. I'm playing it vanilla because I don't remember if I reached the end, so I'm trying to now on stream, and it's awful and it's painful. But I see what they tried to do, and I think the time travel stuff is really interesting. I think the music is excellent in it. The levels, I can again see what they were trying to do. It's just that it's too janky. And I'm curious to try PO6, which is like the project that they fixed everything up to see if it's good. But I want to beat it like vanilla first. So I might end up being a Sonic 06 fan. I don't know. Right now, I obviously hate the mechanics and everything in it, and the silver fight is annoying. And there's like the fire creature, I can't remember his name, is awful. But there is some merits to it. I actually hate it less now than I did before I started playing it again.
I think
You have to go through
also
those millions of loading screens. Because
Yeah, it's
I remember those being
hilarious.
horrible.
It's so funny. It's so bad. It's rough.
Oh,
I'm not
I
saying it's a
can't
good
see.
game at all,
Loading
but
screen.
dude, it was. Do you remember when they were doing they were doing on the Sonic YouTube channel a live stream? It's 10-year anniversary of Sonic 06, and it was now loading for like 30 minutes.
I love how the game had one dream quality. It had like this glitch that allowed you like ultimate jumping, and they patched it out like a week after it released.
Really, I didn't know that. I know that one also thing is I remember that silver boss fight. I was like, this is so cool, and I think I must have been so excited for Sonic that I would gaslight myself. I like mechanics that I didn't. I never finished the game. So clearly, something was wrong. And Sonic 06, I went back and played it with some friends. And I was like, yes, this is bad. But silver is so cool that it's like it makes the game. You're forgiven for
silver is cool. Silver is cool. It's just that it's no use that I have to hear every 5 seconds. Like,
It's no use.
Stop. Like, you're killing
gonna-
me here.
Give a hot take because I know this is gonna upset a lot of Sonic fans. Sonic Unleashed is a good game, actually.
Sonic
Oh.
Unleashed.
10 out of
Which
10.
version? The Wii or the 360?
The 360 is the one I had.
Oh god,
I
the
don't
Port of
Wii.
Sonic 1 on the GBA. That is infamous. Oh god.
Was it bad?
It very bad. Like it runs like absolute garbage.
Damn.
Okay, so next with Sonic Unleashed, I'm replaying it right now because I don't really remember it much either. And I think I dislike it more than Sonic 06 right now. I just-
Oh.
Isn't that where the boost formula was born?
Guess, yeah.
I'm playing it Generations the first time, and I really liked it. But then when I found out about the censorship after that, I'm like, that's stupid.
The new
I'm
version,
glad-
the Shadow Generations one.
Yeah,
I'm glad
Yeah.
I still own the old version.
it's a
on
great
Steam.
one. It's a great game, but I mean that's so stupid. Because I'm gonna make a video probably breaking down why it's.
Oh, the Werehog. The
With
Werehog.
the Werehog. Yeah, I mean, I
Werehog
played
wasn't terrible.
I played Sonic
wasn't.
Unleashed when I was playing it on Wii, and I was really into it for like a week, and then I stopped playing it. I don't know why, but I like remember actually getting a decent amount into the game.
I had to
So-
stop playing because I got stuck on one part and I couldn't beat it, and I was like, you know what, this sucks.
Caster, what did you think of Sonic Unleashed?
I can't really say anything. I never played it.
But what do you think
Definitely
of the
the
Sonic?
360 version if you do play it.
Was it better than the Wii one? Because I had the Wii one.
I think the 360 version's better. It feels more smooth.
Yeah, it definitely felt smooth to me. It's actually kind of funny because it wasn't even the Werehog portion I was having trouble with. It was like regular Sonic. I don't even remember why I was having trouble with it, but I just know that I was having a lot of trouble with it, and I couldn't get past this one level, and I was like, no more stress, no more anger. It ends today. And then I never touched it again.
Nick's villain arc begins now.
No, my villain arc began years ago.
So would the panel universally say that Sonic 06 is like the worst Sonic game, or do you have one that you hate more?
I mean, I haven't played all of them, so there could be an objectively worse one.
But at
I
this
mean,
point,
obvi-
what you've played
Sonic's
at this
worse.
point?
The
Would you
the
say
worst
Sonic
the worst original Sonic game, because Sonic Genesis on the Game Boy Advance is objectively the worst Sonic game, but it's a badly done port of Sonic 1, so I feel like it really doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Yeah.
Sonic Boom and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Oh my god.
Oh god, that game. That one and like the freaking Seven Rings one or whatever. That one
Never
sticks out.
talked
to me.
Sonic and the Secret Wings. I like.
Secret Rings, yeah, not
I
Seven.
liked
What
playing.
about-
I liked playing the Mario Party ripoff, but I never really played that game. much.
Sonic Shuffle.
That's the thing. I would buy all these games, and like I never come to think of it. I guess that speaks to the power of the character. I would buy these.
I was
games.
actually trying
I
to bring
barely
this up,
played them.
Johnny. Sonic and the Black Knight.
I'd barely play these Sonic
like
games
Black
that I
Knight.
really growing up. So I guess it shows how much I love the character. That even though I didn't really play that much of a lot of these games, I
Has
still
anyone played Sonic
got into
Brotherhood for the DS?
it. Was that good?
That's the RPG, isn't it?
Yeah, done by BioWare in their prime.
Yeah, that's on my list. That's one of the few I haven't played. And I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah, I might. Maybe I'll play. Well, I'm
Oh,
tired.
Okay,
Maybe otherwise
Sonic
I'll play.
4 actually might have a shot at being worse than Sonic 06.
Because
That's
it's
the
not
only one
done. Right? They never finished it, right?
that-
Is that why it's worse, or is it just it's a worse game?
worst game. I mean, it was kind of designed to be like a mobile game. It's
Yeah, it doesn't. I barely consider it a Sonic game personally. It is, but it feels like it's supposed to be mobile.
Mm-hmm. Is Sonic Superstars any good? I know that's kind of like supposed to be like the new Super Mario Brothers of Sonic.
I hated it, but I have a bias
I've
there.
heard of
That
it.
you're talking about the one that came out the same week as Wonder, right? Mario Wonder.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was super excited. I'm like, when's the last time we've had a release of a Mario game and a Sonic game at the same time, same week? I bought both. I planned this stream. I was so excited. I'm like, what we're going to do is like every time someone tips, we're going to alternate between Mario and Sonic, and it's going to be so cool. And at the end, we'll decide which one's better. And this was an 8-hour stream. And we played 10 minutes of Mario Wonder, and I'm not a fan of Mario Wonder either, for the record. But we switched over to Sonic Superstars, and I played 10 minutes of this game, and I was like, "This is awful," and I was just depressed for the rest.
It's
of the
not
stream.
good.
Well,
I was like
Well-
excited for the whole for months about this game.
Oh, why wasn't it good? That's disappointing.
I have to go back and play it again to see if this is the reason, but I was playing it co-op because there's two of us that run our channel. And so both of us were playing it together, and it ran so bad. And I was playing the Switch version, which makes it even worse because the Switch performs the worst out of all the modern platforms. But at one point, I was not in water, and no joke, I drowned. It did the drowning animation, and I died. And I was like, this is a 0 out of 10.
Sega, how do you mess this up?
Yeah. But that was like launch day that I played it. So there are people I talk to that are like, Sonic Superstars is good. And I'm like, I don't know. Every experience I had with it was awful.
Hey, guys, can we do a favor in trending? And when you release a game, studios, I know you're not going to listen to this. Like, finish the game, please,
I know.
before you charge people for it.
Seriously.
and this is this is kind of like we were talking about this on Friday. This is the same industry that desperately wants GTA 6 to be $100, so they have an excuse to charge $100 for games. Like, this is why the whole video game should be more expensive argument falls flat. I don't care how much you shove 90s Super Nintendo Best Buy ads in my face. I don't care how much you do inflation. I don't care. Video games should not cost $70. They should not cost $60. Especially with them being... I'm sorry. You triggered a rant there.
Who is saying that games should be $100? Unironically, besides people who would profit off of that.
It was the whole thing on Twitter.
Who wants to pay more for video games when they're like objectively bad now?
The excuses boil down to one of three things: inflation. A random Super Nintendo game was $80 in the $80s and then $80 in the $90s, and you're poor. Literally, that's one of the arguments these people do.
Here's my advice: if you wanna do that, not every fucking game needs to be open world now. Like, why? There are games that I play where I'm like, why is this open world? That's why I'm actually really liking Sonic X Shadow Generations. I so badly miss playing a game, and I'm just playing the game. And I can go to one level, then the next. And I'm like, when is the last time I have been able to do that in a game? I used to do that.
That's one of the reasons why Sonic Adventure 2 is so much better, is because Sonic Adventure 1 is like semi-open world. But Sonic Adventure 2, you just bang, bang, bang. You just go level after level.
I can't wait to play Sonic Adventure games on stream after. I'm going to figure out when my next game is going to be. Because I might replay Sonic CD because it's topical right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to finish this one for sure. Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Is Frontiers any good? Because I've been considering picking it up.
Oh, I love Frontiers.
All right, is Frontiers good? I
love it.
One of my friends recommended it highly too.
Are you? Well, actually, no. I shouldn't even ask. I know this already. Phoenix, you're a Breath of the Wild fan, right?
Yes.
So for me, this is Sonic's Breath of the Wild, and I actually like it. Like, it's really good. I haven't beat it, and I heard that there's a new game plus that gets even more difficult. So I'm excited for that. But it's really fun. It's nice to just run around in the environment. You've just got open field like you would do in Breath of the Wild. And you're just Sonic. You roam free. It feels like the perfect Sonic experience.
Should I avoid the Switch version? Because I do have PC and I have a Steam Deck. So if I buy it on PC, I get to do both. But if I can get it on Switch, I would consider that.
I went PS5 after my Superstars experience. I got Sonic Superstars on the Switch and it would perform really bad, and it wasn't. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt that it was the Switch performance. So now I always buy on PS5.
Yeah, I bought Sonic X Shadow Generations on Switch, and apparently there was one part in the Sonic Heroes level which disappointed me, where platforms didn't show up that were there, and I was jumping on invisible platforms. Someone in my chat had to point it out to me, and it's because of the Switch port, I think. Anyway,
what's your opinion on the whole Switch versus console PC thing?
What do you mean, Switch versus console?
Games being underperforming.
I don't really think it's honestly with game performance, it doesn't really matter with the Switch because the games are more about gameplay and fun. Not
it's
PS2 and or not PS2, but PS5 and Xbox. They're about these hyper realistic graphics and everything. But the thing is, the Switch has got the formula down, which is make the games fun. I mean, you got Breath of the Wild. People were complaining about the FPS on that, but I mean, it's still a great game.
Breath of the Wild the frame rate only dips in certain places.
Yeah, honestly, but people are acting like that was bloody murder, screaming bloody murder about that. Oh my god, it's 30 frames. How can I live?
And then they went on to play Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, Scarlet.
Yeah,
which I've had Scarlet for years since it came out, and I haven't played it yet.
I actually enjoyed Scarlet.
I never finished early in Diamond, and I'm a huge Sinnoh fan. I got bored of it, to be honest. It was too easy. They made it too easy with the XP share, dude.
Vaughn, have you played Legends Arceus?
Not yet.
It's a really great game. It does run like ass, and the graphics are a little bit crusty, but the gameplay is there.
Okay, I wanted to play it, and then I never got into it. and I don't know why. Maybe I should have, but wasn't Legends Arceus. I'd love to play, but I never finished Brilliant Diamond, man, and I never played Scarlet. I lost interest, to be honest with you. I was so busy at the time it came out. I have a lot of unfinished games.
Oh yeah, like this is a big reason why. Like, oh, games are gonna be $100. Oh, it's not like I have a backlog of that's like a mile high that I. Oh, now I have an opportunity to go through my backlog.
Yeah, exactly.
Melee looks like she has something she wants to say.
No, it will definitely hurt the industry if they raise the game price to $100, in my opinion. And the quality has to increase in order to justify that price point. And it's not even at the, I don't know. I speak in Canadian prices, so I have no idea what it is over there, but it's like $80 Canadian for us right now. So about $100 with tax, actually. And it's not justified even at that price right now, but I've always been an advocate for like price is kind of subjective too. Like money means something different to everyone as well. And like same with playtime and everything. So it's always a weird conversation because it's like you never like $100 game to one person may mean nothing. They might buy like, 10 of them in a month, and somebody might only buy one $100 game in a year. Right.
Like-
and they
like-
might want
like-
40 hours versus 8 hours. Like I like smaller experiences personally. I like the 8-hour games and I don't mind spending a little bit extra, but
Like
Yeah.
honestly, to me, a lot of these games I wait for them to get down to like 30. So like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's starting to be consistently 30. So I'm probably gonna be picking that up sometime soon. But that's my value. Is I value games like a lot of these games. They're like worth $30 to me.
yeah, exactly. That's my point. So it's always like a weird discussion when it's like, what's the right price point? Because it will never be the right price point for everyone. But
Mhm.
I don't see a point increasing right now when people are raising so many issues about the quality of the games coming out at this moment. And like AAA is competing with indie. And indie does not price at full price right now, unless it's
No.
like something that's super high production that they feel like they're pretty much a AA company, or they feel like they're AAA.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing is
That's a
a
different
lot of
conversation, right?
indie
So-
has gotten so good that they single-handedly revived AA gaming.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's like that. If I can go pick up a game right now on Steam for $20, that's just going to keep me busy for a while, and it's great. Why do I even need to look at the AAA market and care about what's being released right now? I can
Yeah,
just
like,
go on Steam every day and be like, oh look, 10 new games came out. These all
Yeah,
look
like
great.
I load up Dead Cells, on my Switch, and it's like I can just like go through a run for that, like couple runs every night or whatever, and it's a great game. It's a 2D. They do expansions, like they did a really cool Castlevania expansion that was really nice. By the way, Dead Cells is such a great game. If you guys haven't played it, it is amazing.
Dead Cell. All right, anyway, we're so far off course right now. Let's get back to Sonic.
Yeah,
Who are your favorite Sonic characters?
we did that earlier.
No, yours. Top 5.
Oh,
Top 5.
For
Right?
me,
Melee, you went for your top 5, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I did.
I need
Yeah.
to figure out my 5th.
So Tails, Knuckles, Sonic. That's just like the classic trio right there.
Yeah, those are obvious ones for me.
Big the Cat, just because of the memes, I would say. And then lastly,
You put Big the Cat in your top 5. That is
no.
bold.
Wait till you hear my number 5 slot. So, since we're talking Sonic characters, and
Small
since the Sonic
dog. His new
and since the
character.
Sonic movies count, and thus the spin-off TV shows count, Carrie Ellis's character is my number 5.
Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete.
No,
Pistol
he's
Pete.
so
Pistol Pete.
bad.
Pistol Pete.
He was the equivalent of like Yugi Boy, pretty much. the
No, he
entire
was the
time.
best part of that show, but it was
Oh.
also like,
No, he was not. Wade Whipple was
No.
the best part of that show.
all right, yeah. How about the
Wade, I found annoying. I find Wade annoying.
You know why I'm
Wade's
talking about
amazing.
annoying? The
Oh my
sister.
god, his cameo in
Sister.
3 was amazing.
The
Yeah.
entire theater screamed. I watched it like the day before opening, and everyone was so excited to see Wade.
For Wade?
See,
Yes.
the best part about that cameo
Why?
is
He's
he
amazing.
didn't overstay his
endearing.
welcome. It was just enough. I think if there was more Wade Whipple, I might have gotten annoyed, but it was just enough that I was like,
Well,
okay,
I
I gotta
tried.
do-
See, I get it, but I just don't like him playing hockey with the. Also, I didn't get why was he playing hockey. We've never seen it because I was like thinking about it. I'm like, Who was waiting? Like I had forgotten. It's been so a while.
Also, I didn't.
And then
Also,
I watched
I didn't
the Knuckles
realize Green
show,
Hills.
and I was like, why was he playing hockey? He's never
Also-
like, why was
also, I
he
didn't-
bowling?
Also, I didn't realize Green Hills has a hockey team because he's literally wearing a Green Hills hockey jersey.
Yeah, wait, how do they have a hockey team in like?
The middle of like Montana or something.
Yeah, like what?
Okay, but the fact that he was playing hockey was the Master Emerald, and Sonic doesn't say anything because he's so like pissed off. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there in the theater, just like jaw dropped, like, no, not the Master Emerald! Oh God, wait, what have you done?
I actually really like the scene before it, where you think that like Knuckles and Sonic are gonna have this big drag out brawl, but Knuckles has some character development, be like, fine, I will trust you. Like that is one of those like subverting expectations that I actually really enjoyed because it showcased Knuckles' character development.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. A lot of really powerful scenes in that movie.
Dude, it was so good, man. I rewatched it in theaters, and I'm like, peak cinema. Like it's so good.
Black Reaper Kai brings up Agent Stone, yes.
Yeah.
Agent Stone was just like,
Dude, Agent Stone. I want him in the games. I'm not even kidding.
yes!
Put Agent Stone in the games. Like
He set up
like
Shadow for like one of the best lines. Yes. Revenge Guac.
dude, that movie, the comedy in that movie is really well done. I do think him being irresponsible with the Master Emerald did bother me a little bit with Wade. But
It's Wade.
But otherwise, I liked it. Well, but it says something about Knuckles' character is why it bothers me, because it's like if Knuckles would light him with someone who would do that, I don't know. But either way, good.
Okay, but let's settle the argument on Wade Whipple. Caster, what's your opinion on Wade Whipple?
Just honestly, just a useless side character there for comedic effect every once in a while. But honestly, I don't even know why they have him in the movie anymore. It's mostly just you're like, oh yeah, that guy.
Because the whole Knuckles show I watched, and it's like not that bad, but I was like, this is just the Wade show. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
See, I
yeah.
don't-
Remember?
Point of that
I don't
show
know.
is that it's about like how the characters influence the humans, and it's felt like that up until Sonic 3. It felt like that was really what the moral of the story was with all the Sonic live action stuff.
And that's why I
And-
think 3 is the best.
It worked better with Wade and Knuckles, I felt, but it's hard to say now in hindsight because now I know with Sonic 3, the payoff with Tom and Sonic is excellent. But up until that point, when I finished Knuckles, that was the best like human, whatever relations. It was like Knuckles and Wade. It was really good. It felt
See,
like if you were a really big fan of like buddy cop movies, right? Like that's what it felt like, and it was enjoyable.
See, to me is when I sat down to watch a Knuckles show, I sat down to watch Knuckles.
Yeah,
not Wade.
exactly.
The thing that pissed me off the most, and we talked about this in my review, I'm about to say, is the climax is a bowling tournament. You literally have Knuckles sitting at a bar, watching, literally doing nothing when the climax of the show is happening. Knuckles literally is sidelined in his own show!
The ending was very weak. I agree. I think I liked the first 3 or 4 episodes way more. But you also have to remember this came right off the tails of the, no pun intended, of the freaking wedding. That was the last thing I saw in theaters was the wedding. And I was like, this is awful. I hate all the humans in this one. And then they brought us Knuckles, and I was like, Wade is way more likable than all of the other people in the movies.
No.
Now I've warmed up to Tom. I will say that because Sonic 3 really warmed me up to him.
I hate how much I think about the wedding part in Sonic 2 because
I
the
love
rest of the
Tom.
movie
And
was
Maddie's
solid.
great too. I love Maddie.
The rest of the movie was
Yeah, I like Maddie
solid,
too.
but when I first think I think of with Sonic 2, I hate to say, at least recently, has been the wedding part because it sticks out so much. Because it's so
Like Gum goes
bad.
through this whole thing of like having one of their agents seduce the niece for the sole purpose of getting them there. Like it just if you literally even look at it for more than 5 seconds, the whole thing falls apart.
It makes no sense, and it's also on top of that, they sideline all of the good characters. And by the way, I think it sticks out for me so much because the rest of the movie is so damn good. But anyway, back to favorite Sonic characters. Oh god, dude, Agent Stone he might be my top 10 now.
He got a glow. I say he got an
glow.
upgrade in this third movie. Like he became more of an active protagonist in the third movie. and I respect it because like he was kind of on the sidelines for the first two movies. This one, he's actually more active in the plot, and I respect it.
My prediction for the Shadow show or movie, if you watch my video, I detailed it. I think he's going to be the human companion for Shadow. Because they had moments together. They're both grieving their loss of their Robotnik. You know, they both are looking for their place in the world. They have reasons to be angry, and I think they're going to find a kinship at each other because they're kind of all each other has.
Also, if Sonic does not say guns, lots of guns, I will riot.
What is that from?
That's Neo's line from The Matrix.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to... You mean Shadow says that.
Yeah. Also,
by the way, Keanu totally blended into Shadow. I keep forgetting that it's Keanu.
Right?
Keanu definitely put effort into this, but it was definitely a Keanu Reeves performance. I still would have preferred Hayden Christensen as
same
Shadow.
Well, I still think Keanu...
I don't hate Keanu as Shadow. I think he did a fine enough job. He definitely put effort. He did not phone this in. But it's still a Keanu Reeves performance.
See, to me, it felt like Shadow. It really did.
It really did, honestly.
Um,
But it was kind of cool too, because I saw a bit of an interview on Twitter where he was saying, like, you know, a lot of people really love this character, and I want to do this character justice for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and you did it! Mission successful.
Also, I just want to say I do find it hilarious that you have both Johnny Silverhand and Solomon Reed in the Sonic movie. They're both in
Idris
Cyberpunk.
Elba?
Yeah, Idris Elba is in
Yeah.
Phantom Liberty.
This is everyone's cyberpunk movie secretly.
I keep thinking about who my number 5 choice is. All right. This one I'm gonna put as a placeholder, and maybe like at some point down the line I might go back and forth. You know what? I think it's a fitting number 5 because the you'll understand why my number 5 is fitting, given the parameters I just set.
Okay.
All right. At number 1 spot, we have Shadow the Hedgehog as my favorite character, and here's how I kind of determined it because I knew my top 4 were, but I was debating the order. Is when they asked the popcorn bucket, they were like, "Oh, you have your you get to pick one of the characters to get the mask and action figure of. There's bundles in addition to popcorn bucket." And I said, "Does it have Shadow?" And they go, "Yeah, he's right here in the middle." And I was like, "Perfect," because it had Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I go, "Great." And then I looked, and Shadow wasn't an option. And that's kind of when I realized, well, I guess Shadow's my favorite. And then I go, where do you go? And I'm almost going to be late for the movie. So I go, Knuckles. And I was like, well, the fact that my thought process immediately went Knuckles. I think Knuckles is my second favorite.
He's great.
Maybe it's because I like Red as a kid. That's why there's both. But I don't know. But I'm going to go Shadow because, yes, he's edgier Sonic, but he also has a great character arc. He's Sonic, but he has a bit more depth to him and guns and stuff. And he's got those rocket boots. And I don't know. I love Shadow. I think he's got more dimension to him than Sonic. I'm honestly really excited for a Shadow project. I think that's why Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff is disappointing. That character has so much potential. And they really drop the ball in a lot of areas. But Shadow,
You know what I would really like to see in a Shadow is someone clones Maria.
oh, and then he kills her. No, I'm kidding.
Dude.
Too
No,
soon.
But no, like a clone of Maria. Like someone clones Maria. I think, like,
No.
bring back the actress. Because I gotta say, the Maria Shadow scenes are actually some of my favorite in the
Dude,
movie.
this is so heartfelt. The actress did an amazing job.
Someone on Twitter brought up that the actress actually has heterochromia, and I was like, I didn't notice that at all watching the movie.
What does heterochromia
Really?
mean? I'm sorry.
The eyes are 2 different colors.
Oh shit, does she? Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, so
Right?
number 2, Knuckles. I love Knuckles. I love his design. The pretty ballsy move for them to go with an animal that most of us, let's be real, all of us heard about what an echidna is after we're like, Knuckles the what? Okay, what is an echidna?
I mean, they were doing that in the 90s. Like okay, we
Oh
need
my
an animal. Like, no one knew what a bandicoot was. Still, people don't know what
Wait,
a bandicoot
bandicoots are a real thing?
Yeah.
They're like Australian.
Oh my god, that was so well timed! That was so well timed!
What? I didn't
Melee,
know that.
please tell James that reaction was like perfectly timed.
He's
Please tell him
reacting
that.
poorly because he has to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle right now.
Oh, my condolences to him.
Yeah, we're doing like a gifted games roulette type thing right now. He just landed on it, and we suffered through it the first time. He has to play it again.
Oh.
But yeah, my aunt didn't even know when the kid was. She said to me the other day, she's like, "Yeah, I didn't realize the red one, Knuckles, was like, I thought he was just another weird looking hedgehog." But then they said he was an echidna, and she's like, "I looked it up." I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She's like, "Yeah."
The Echidnas. Yeah. So I would say Knuckles. I love his sense of duty. I love that he's not like, I guess he's kind of not. Yeah, Shadow, I like that he could be a antagonist or a protagonist for all those reasons. Knuckles is similar, but he is more towards the protagonist, more towards the good guy route than Shadow, I would say. He's got more like clearly good in him. He could just be dumb and manipulated. Well, he's not dumb, but he's so
Not dumb,
driven.
He's naive. He's
He can-
naive.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. He's more driven. And that's why I love Knuckles. He's got that strong drive. Then for my all-around character, I will say for my number 3, I'm going to go with Sonic the Hedgehog because, of course, you got to put Sonic on there. He's a character that fits into any environment and does great. I don't think he has as much dimension to him as – I'm not saying he can't, but like like the inherent sense of duty that the two before him do. But he is still like, of course, he's the GOAT. He's Sonic. Then Tails, of course. I will always love Tails. It is like when Tails showed up in the Sonic 2, there's the reason why everyone's like, Tails better be there by default. He's basically, it's not the same without Tails by Sonic's side. You want him there. It's weird to almost put him at 4 considering how important he is, but it's my personal attachment.
I love the implementation of Tails in Sonic 2 because it is like the epitome of little brother
best. He is so when I'm like, get that ring, yes, get that extra hit in, yes, like he is the best.
And then in Sonic 2, they had like the team up to where like he could fly a little bit. Like I love him in Sonic 3.
He is.
Yeah, Tails is so great.
Part of me almost wants to put him above Sonic, but it just shows how much I love these characters. Like all 4 of those, I could put them like those are obvious. Like I love them so much. And then for my 5th, it would be some distance between them. I went back and forth, and I felt because I keep going back and forth, I feel like it's almost fitting to put Amy Rose in that spot because the writers go back and forth in that goddamn character. Sometimes she deserves that spot, sometimes she doesn't. I could put Eggman, but Eggman's kind of like I always like laughed at Eggman when I was a kid. He's very repetitive, and his goals are like, what? You want to put animals and robots? Okay. So I don't know. Like I go back and forth. Like I have a special spot in my heart for Silver. All the Sonic Heroes characters have a special spot in my heart. I love Team Dark. I almost considered putting Rouge in my top 5. So I'd alternate between either Rouge or Amy, but I'm gonna go with Amy.
Nice.
It's a good list.
So like we talk a lot about the console games.
Very basic, my top 5. I know, but
they're
we
all
talk a lot
powerful
about
characters.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about the console Sonic games. I want to talk about like the handheld ones, especially like the Game Gear ones. And for that, Caster, can you kind of like give us like a rundown of the Game Gear Sonic games?
Well, you have the Game Gear versions of like Sonic 1 and 2, and then we have Sonic Generations, which is kind of like all 3 of them combined because it's one that has Knuckles in it, and
Triple Trouble?
Yeah, Triple Trouble, yeah, not Generations, that's Triple Trouble, yeah, and I think what else we got?
Tails Adventure,
which is his own little
yeah,
his own little adventure, and then there's I can't remember what the name of it is. There's another one that's really good. But there's also a 3D, like a pseudo 3D one on there also.
Sonic Blast.
Yeah, Sonic Labyrinth. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Have you guys played any of the Game Gear ones?
Like so long ago, I barely remember them. Honestly, they weren't memorable to me.
Yeah, like I tried playing some of the Game Gear ones. I wasn't a fan. I want to play Tales of Adventure because it's like a Metroidvania. Like that actually sounds kind of cool. But that game is like really expensive. Um, Angelus, that's like half of the Sonic output. To me, I think the Sonic handhelds really came alive on the GBA. Like that Sonic Advance series is chef kiss.
People always
Well,
stand by those, but I skipped most of those. I was like,
The
eh.
Advance. Yeah, I haven't played those. Again, I it's almost like I'm going back. I've been a Sonic fan for so long, despite not really finishing any until ironically the original that I avoided as a kid. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's funny now that the only ones I've really finished are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, CD, 3, Knuckles, Mania. It's just kind of funny that those are the ones I've played now. But now it's fun that I get to go back and almost discover all these, and it's kind of like I get to trim all the fat, so I could be like, they're all great because I'm avoiding all the bad ones. But you know, but I never really played those. I know everyone says the advanced games are great. That's when Cream first showed up, right?
Yeah, I haven't played the Rush games. I know those are
Rush
like the,
too, I hear are great.
Yeah, I know those are like kind of like the advanced games, but on the DS, I never really played those.
I would say also with Silver, Silver suffers from he first appeared in 06, which is so that's why he just barely didn't make my top 5. But I did consider him heavily because I love Silver. But
Yeah, Silver is an interesting character because it's really like kind of like a call out. You can really tell how old a person is by whether or not they've heard of Silver, or like if you consider Seiya Silver your favorite character, odds are you're usually on the younger side. And Sonic 06 was your first Sonic game.
yeah, I mean Sonic.
I hope that was no one's first Sonic game.
It was many people's, I'm sure.
Oh, I feel like it would turn off so many people.
No, because again, like I came into it, like I didn't get far in Heroes. 06, I don't think I even realized it was a bad game because I was so excited for the characters, even though objectively, yeah, it is. I think people are so excited by. There's something about the characters that just get you so excited that even if the game sucks ass, you'll be like, a Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's kind of like the whole reason Sonic has stuck around is the characters are so good. Plus, Sonic does like that thing that any franchise that sticks around. Sonic is not afraid to reinvent himself
While staying true to who he is.
Exactly.
Sonic,
Like,
and
look
I think
at
that's
like
why Sonic has to be on any top 5 is, okay, has he gone through any major character arcs? No. But he's a great static, or is it a static character? Is that the right word to describe him? He's very consistent. And I think that's why Knuckles fails, because Knuckles has his full arc, and they're like, or not Knuckles,
I mean-
Shadow. And they're like, what do we do?
I would say
Sonic
Sonic
plop in
has
any
gone-
environment, and you could do something.
the Sonic of the 90s is not the Sonic of now. Because, like, the Sonic of the 90s, he was confident and is cocky, but he could back it up. The one that is now is, like, he's confident and he's cocky, but you know that's more of a front. It's more of a facade.
What do you mean? He can back it up now.
I mean... Melee, back me up here, please.
I'm not on your side, so
Oh!
Ooh.
All right, explain.
no, I just think Sonic has so many great arcs. The thing is, it depends on what you consume in Sonic media, right? Like you have your video game fans, you have your show fans, you have your movie fans now, you got your comic book fans. So it really depends. In the comic books, there's tons of arcs, some which I don't even remember because it's been so long, but it was way more dramatic and emotional. The cartoons, you had Sonic X, you had Sonic Underground, there was tons of
10
emotion
a.m.
there. Exactly. Like there was so many like interesting stories in that displayed him. Why wouldn't he be able to back it up now? I mean, it's primarily games and movies, I guess, but like the movies did an excellent like arc for his character as well that back up everything. The third movie is like a great movie for morals. I was shocked by how well they did that. I was like, holy moly, like you could put this in front of kids and teach them a lot from this one movie. So yeah, I don't think there's anything that says he can't back it up. But
I don't know. I just feel like Sonic is a lot more talky now than he was back then.
Well, because there wasn't dialogue. So by default, I would,
I don't know, like if you go back and watch like Sonic X or even like the Dreamcast ones, I feel like he wasn't really as talky. Oh, Sonic Spinball for the Genesis.
Oh,
is
you're
so
talking like
good.
recent. Oh yeah. That I can agree with. Where they're like made him like. Also, I'm gonna say it. Who the original? Hang on, I just had his name here. The guy who voiced Sonic in like the Adventures Through Heroes, best Sonic voice.
Jamal White.
Yes!
Jamal White.
No, it wasn't Jamal.
Urkel.
Ryan.
Urkel.
No,
Ryan Drummond.
you're not even close.
No,
Ryan
Urkel
Drummond.
did voice Sonic. Urkel voiced best
I
Sonic.
gave a very specific time period dropping names. Ryan Drummond is.
That's
the
fine.
best
You can be
Sonic.
wrong.
No, hang on. All right, I said the Sonic from these
Middle-aged
games.
just enjoying the chaos.
No, it's you're bringing it because I just said the Sonic from these games, and then you shouted out a different name, and I said no, not that one. You go, I think he's better. That's fine if you think he's better. You corrected me incorrectly.
Okay.
No, do you understand? All right, are you not understanding what I'm saying?
I do. I'm just being a butthole.
All right, just making sure.
And
That is
Melee, I love like Melee just sitting there like
because she knows I'm 100% right.
I get
Does
both
she?
of your points
No,
because I love Julia White, but also that wasn't his point. His point was just like this time period had this voice actor. That's
And
all
then
he
you
was
just
saying.
go,
All right.
this one, and it's like I'm not
And
talking
also-
about that one.
I love
talking
blood
about-
sports, so for me, this is beautiful.
But yeah, no, Drummond is like peak Sonic to me, and I will never apologize for considering him
Yes.
peak.
Well, let's split the difference. Caster, what is your favorite Sonic voice actor and okay, I'm not.
And
gonna
why is it Ryan
recall.
Drummond?
Hey, I was gonna say why is it Urkel? I held back. I held back.
Urkel too.
No, I'm sorry, Urkel Sonic voice. No,
Caster, who's your favorite Sonic voice actor?
You know, I really don't have an opinion on that, honestly.
Caster wants nothing to do with this.
Can we agree it's weird when Roger Craig Smith does it? Because I just think like the Batman as well.
Yeah, I honestly like. I
Is
was
this
I was
me?
playing Sonic Generations, and I know he's the Sonic voice now, but I just. I don't know. To me, he just doesn't do it quite. Like.
he doesn't have that oomph.
Well, it's not even that. He's almost like trying to be the cool guy too much. Is how I feel about it.
Is this where it comes from, Phoenix? That you think he can't back up what he's saying as a character because maybe the voice actor is portraying the dialogue differently?
I don't know. It just
that the dialogue
I think-
is terrible.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of basing it off of the movie version of Sonic, which, by the way, I love. Like the voice actor does it. It's
Wait.
great.
The voice acting or the fact that Sonic can't talk for what he's doing, you base on the movies?
No, the movies of the recent ones.
Yeah, but you're saying that like his voice actor is not good in it, or you're saying like
it's like the voice actor is good. Okay, the voice actor in Sonic 1, 2, and 3 is good. I like
yeah,
it.
me
But
too.
I'm saying like the betrayal is different. Is what I'm trying to say. Like his, it's like his version of Sonic. It's like I'm gonna talk a million miles an hour because I'm a scared little kid and I'm trying to put up a brave front. You know, because to me the Sonic movie, especially that first movie, is learning to overcome fear through courage, and that's why I really like the ending to the first Sonic movie, where he says, "I'm not gonna run anymore," and he finally confronts Sonic and defends Green Hills. I love that moment because that is true courage. Because courage is not the absence of fear; it is going forward in spite of it.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna say I am not a big fan of movie Sonic's voice. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't sound like Sonic to me.
Ben
Also, I
Schwartz?
just
It's passable. I'll say that. But it's not.
I can understand where you're coming from.
Sonic.
also I just realized, the voice of Kaiba did Knuckles in Sonic X, Dan Green.
It makes
No,
so
not
much
Kaiba, Yami.
sense now. What?
Not
Yeah, yeah. The Dan Green, the voice of Sendo Kaiba, is Knuckles.
Oh, God.
I'm
Just
pretty
my
sure he did
brain.
Yami Yugi actually, because that's what I remember him from. As-
Well, the thing is, if you the thing is, all of those cartoons were being done by 4Kids at the time, and they shared voice actors. Like I remember watching like Pokemon Advance, and all of a sudden this one guy was voiced by Yugi. It's like, wait, why does this character sound like Yugi?
I'm looking up the English voice actors. And was it the same voice actor for Sonic in that show? Was he Jason Griffin? Okay, because he did a good job too.
Pretty good.
Rouge the Bat, dude. When they play the every time she'd pop up and they play the like saxophone.
Rouge's voice acting drives me crazy though, because like Sonic X, it's really good, and then Sonic Prime, I'm like, what happened? This is awful. In Sonic Prime,
Okay.
I can't.
Sonic
have to read this.
Adventure 2, her first.
I have to
was-
read this. Ben Schwartz talks like Destiny took half a Valium.
Yes.
Oh god.
Maybe I should start watching Sonic X again. Oh my god.
Are you going to be playing through Sonic Adventure 2? You said you might do it on stream, right?
Yeah, I'll probably do it on stream. Yeah.
Do them together. Like you should watch Sonic X while you're in the Sonic Adventure mode, and you'll like find so much more appreciation for it. I watched Sonic X while I was playing Sonic Adventure 2, like maybe a year ago. It was the best feeling in the world because it's just coinciding. It's the same story.
To be honest, when I was little, I don't know why. I guess I had bad taste when I was little. I was disappointed in Project Shadow when I watched it. I don't know why. I think it's because when I was an idiot kid, and I kept because Shadow. My first exposure to Shadow was Sonic Heroes, and my headcanon, which I would even in spite of the show that was literally coming out, to go, they're wrong. They're brothers, Sonic and Shadow. They're brothers. They're brothers. I kept saying that. And Silver.
They'll be like.
And I'd call Silver Sonic, which is not, he's just Silver.
Vaughn was hilarious. They'll be like saying me and you are brothers just because we're both human.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was like,
Racist. Oh my god.
they're brothers. They're brothers.
Melee, my
When they
sister.
revealed he was like Million in the Lab, I was like, that's not it. So I have to rewatch it now that I'm not an idiot kid because Shadow is so cool. Although I still wonder, like, there's got to be some kind of relation, right? I mean, dude, like,
Well, Amy and Sonic aren't related, as far as we know.
I hope not.
That would be weird. I would have questions.
Many questions.
So you're saying that there is a Deep South in Mobius.
Well, aren't they not? Wait, because someone mentioned Mobius.
Mobius has an Alabama.
But Mobius is was it ever canon to the games?
No.
That's what I mean. Like my friend kept saying, "Oh, Sonic's a Mobius," and then one of my friends was saying, "Oh, they're all living on Mobius." One of my friends was saying that. I'm like, I don't think so. I think they're just on Earth.
I think Melee can explain this better than I can, but like there is like two separate canons. There's the Japanese canon, and then there's the American canon.
There's so much lore, bro. I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of forgive it after a while. You're like, this fits in this timeline. And then like with Sonic Boom, like Styx, which by the way, I rescind now. Styx is my 5th favorite character. I love her so much. She can't be in lore anymore because of the lawsuit stuff, but she's part of a different timeline. Like there's so much timeline stuff. It's just Sonic is very much just like pick your like poison. Like, what do you like? Do you like whiskey? Then you're gonna watch this stuff. You know what I mean? You kind of craft your own story.
So yeah, that's one of the things I think that I liked about it, but I also think it's too much of that in the like the OCs. But I think I did a lot of that on the playground. But even then, I try and be specific to who the characters are.
I mean, that's kind of like a whole nother topic here. Is Sonic is great. Like we talked about all the Sonic stuff, but we haven't really talked about the community aspect of Sonic. Both
we don't have to. we don't have to.
Yeah. Just,
we can sidestep that. He's out. He's like, I'm done. We're going.
Oh God,
we're
scared
about to
him
get
away.
to Christian. We're about to get all into that.
So I ordered this medallion offline, guys, and I'd like to show it to you.
Dude, I'll distance myself from you immediately.
Did you actually get the medallion?
No.
Okay, good. Listen, there's very few things I believe in. I will not go near that thing. I won't.
Same. Oh my god.
Crip Daddy died, man, from that thing, and Ethan Ralph had to deal with a tornado.
And
Nick Rekieta's getting drugs. iDubbbz is dealing with Anissa. There's so much.
Wait, iDubbbz and Anissa had that?
iDubbbz got one too, yeah. And look at his career.
Caster, I'm sorry that Taka the Sonic 2 medallion scared you away.
He's
He
gonna
had
leave
the right
again.
reaction.
A valid reaction. still.
Self-preservation, dude.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
moved you.
Go and zap to the extreme.
Yeah.
I will, father.
Wait,
No, but I wanted to talk about like fan games, like the modding scene of Sonic. Like, I think like the wealth of like Sonic mods, Sonic hacks are just amazing. Because without that, we would not have gotten Sonic Mania.
dude, yes. And I like that Sega embraces them. You know?
Have you guys played Sonic Galactic yet? That's the new one.
No.
Oh, it looks so good.
I heard there's a mod for Triple Trouble where they basically port Triple Trouble to the Genesis.
Sonic Galactic. Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's really new. It's like the latest thing for Sonic, and it's excellent.
So Caster, it seems like you got your stuff fixed. So anything you want to say to us?
Oh, this looks awesome, Sonic Galactic. Wow.
Bro, like, it looks peak.
I don't sound.
You sound a lot better. So okay, now that like I was trying to keep you in the discussion, but now that we've seen we got the echoing fixed, what do you want to say?
I don't know what we're talking about.
All right, give it. Wait, how far? We've gone all over the place with this discussion. I'm also apologize. I'm tired. I worked at con 2 days, so
How did you do, by the way?
I sold 20 copies, so that's good.
Not bad.
Congrats. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, so that's good.
Woo.
So I'm
So
doing
Melee, so you have to do the drop dash.
I do have to do the drop dash, yes. Successfully.
What does that mean?
In other
Drop-
words, I gotta bounce.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta head out too. I was about to say that.
Okay.
I should we start calling it soon?
I want to go for about 2 hours. Nick's Caster, are you guys going for 2 hours?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna
All right.
drop. I'm like ready to pass out, but
All right, Vaughn.
it's been such a great. Let's do more of these though. I want to keep talking Sonic, and on my
Yeah.
channel. If you guys ever want to have a discussion, I've followed all you guys. You guys,
Yeah,
down for
I'd
that?
love to have you guys on.
We could even
for
go
any,
through the
like-
movies again, or we could go through. You know, if you want to get into the community, we could talk about Cold Steel, the Hedgehog.
All
you know,
right,
everyone-
I'm calling.
I
I'm
haven't
calling
heard
it now.
that.
I'm calling it now.
Yeah. Everyone,
So-
we could go through OCs. I remember my
Well-
friend was the first one to tell me about that. He goes, "Look up your name and then the Hedgehog, and you'll find something." I'm like, what?
Everyone has a
What's
hedgehog.
about-
Everyone.
I don't know if there's a Vaughn the Hedgehog.
A head Sona, Hog Sona.
Yeah, real quick, let's look up Vaughn the Hedgehog. I'm gonna see. I don't think there is one.
So
done
I'm
it
just gonna
before.
say this right now. I do it at the
There
end of
isn't
each
one.
month. At the end of each month, I do a movie. This month is gonna be Warcraft. For February, it's gonna be Sonic 1. I think it needs to be done. Vaughn, Melee, you're both welcome to be there.
You're gonna make me rewatch Sonic 1. No.
It's not that bad.
Lisa saw Sonic 2. I'll deal with it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Sonic 2 is better.
I mean, I could force
I don't
force
know.
you
Tails
to.
and Knuckles. And the
I
swarming
could-
subplot is like 10 minutes. You're fine.
I mean, Melee, I could force you to watch a scene pack of only Pistol Pete's scenes and Knuckles.
Yes!
Pistol
Pete! Pistol Pete!
Do you want me to die on stream? Actually, yeah, you'd get views. Maybe you do want that.
I don't understand why the dad is British though. I really like I love Carrioles, but I'm like it's like
I
the
know
Jewish-
it's so
it's
stupid.
like the very Jewish family, and then like he's like
Okay, low key, one of my favorite parts about Knuckles is like the
Shabbat.
Jewish mother being like, "Oh, your tribe struggled. Our tribe struggled. He's practically Jewish." That was actually really great. I actually really liked that.
I thought that was, I was like that's interesting.
So many people got so mad at Paramount for that, and I'm like, dude,
Why?
it's
like-
a show about a talking echidna. Lighten up. Oh, because of all the stuff that's going on.
But like
Well,
what?
didn't
Positive
Ken
depictions of-
Penders didn't Ken Penders do that in the comics? Didn't he have like an echidna genocide or something?
Oh god.
He did, right? Like
They did
oh. Dude,
decide-
I would love to. One comic creator I would love to get now at this point would be Ted Penders. If I could get him.
Oh
on the show.
god. That would be such a cursed stream.
Which is why it must happen. It must.
I like how he's still going on with his comic, but he can no longer legally, it's not legally Sonic, but it's still like the
Oh my
same characters.
So
Like he had to
cursed.
change. Like they're not echidnas anymore. They're like some kind of weird, I don't know, alien race. But he's still going with his comic book, even though it's not technically Sonic.
Yeah.
They all look weird.
Dedication.
They all look like they're like product of incest. Just weird looking
God.
characters.
The less we talk about Ken Penders, the better. But Vaughn, if you can get that would be good for you. So I hope you can.
Would
get
it?
That. Melee, how would you react if you got Ken Penders on the show?
I would laugh so hard. You need that and Chris Chan together, and it would just like.
Oh my
the entire
God.
internet.
Dude, I don't think because I've thought about it. Like, if I were to be able to get Chris Chan on the show, which
There's a little bit like Ken Penders is one thing.
there's a
Chris
bit
Chan
of
is
a
a whole nother
moral
level of curse.
too.
So,
There's a bit
when
of a
I was
moral
on
issue. I'm
side
like, don't want
scroller-
to platform this criminal.
when
Hang
I
on,
was-
Melee flexing here.
No, I'm not flexing anything. When I was on side scrollers, though, Craig was asking me about Chris Chan, and I said if they ever bring Chris Chan on, they have to let me on. They have to. So if they
but
somehow
see-
get Chris Chan, I told Blabs and Craig, I need to be there. I don't think he wants to do it. So
But see, then you're part of the lore.
People want to say that, but
Exactly.
I don't want to be part of that history. You know.
I
Yeah,
do.
see
In
that-
this way, I do.
Like,
So then, when
like,
people make Chris Chan documentaries, you're eventually going to come up, somewhere in there.
like people have said, Chris Chan is probably the most documented person on
He
the internet.
is.
Yeah, they're
No,
not
in
wrong.
in human history, he is the most documented person.
So Vaughn, what you need to do is when you do it, you need to wear a Phenomenova t-shirt. So that's when the documentaries come on. That
Dude.
like they see a Phenomenova t-shirt when the clip from the documentaries come up.
They'll be like, "What is this? Who is this
What
incredibly
is
good?
this really cool comic? I need.
Who is this? Who is this? Oh, okay, I'll buy that.
All right,
I'm
so
sure that'll translate to sales.
all right, so let's
All
just kind of wrap you two guys up. You guys have been overtime.
Thank you
Uh,
so much for having me, man. This
Vaughn.
has really been a blast. And I'm sorry but to be fair, we were also ADHD, yourself included. We talked about video
Yeah.
game prices, but it's okay. That's what happens when you get ADHD people together.
And
We're
I would
so
love to have
Stayed
you
on
both
topic
on.
a Phoenix Press stream ever.
Yes.
He invites me on to watch a movie. I spend all this time taking notes on the movie. We talk about the movie for 10 minutes, and then we're on another topic for an hour. But it's okay. I love it.
There's
I
a
love it.
reason.
Yeah.
Melee, it was great
conversation.
meeting you. It was great.
There's a
meeting you.
reason.
It's great
There's
meeting
a
you, too.
reason. My Friday show is called the Friday Night Frenzy, and I literally say the topics are Mulligataw's guidelines.
Yeah, that's what the Friday show I'm at with Rogues. We stopped doing that. We're like, I mean, do we have to? But yeah, anyway, guys, we'll keep this topic. If you want to even do Sonic 4 prediction stream, that would be really fun. I've done one before.
Yes,
Wanna do
I
it?
am all for it.
All right, we'll schedule that. All right, guys. See you.
All right.
Peace
Yep.
out.
Awesome. Take care, man. Nice meeting you.
Well, Melee, it was cursed as usual.
That's how it always goes. That's okay.
And if you like Melee, she will be here on Friday. We'll talk about Warcraft for like 10 minutes, and then me and James will go into debate for the rest of the stream. about World of
Exactly.
Warcraft.
Something's gonna happen, or you're gonna mention something and be like, "What? We're not on the same side," and then that will be the rest of the stream. So that's how it usually goes. But it's always
yeah.
fun. Thank you so much for having me. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you guys in a few days, anyways. So I'll talk more.
Yeah,
in a few
and
days.
you're welcome on the Video Game Podcast anytime. You can tell me I'm wrong anytime.
Perfect. That's what I live for.
She lives to upset me. So see ya.
I don't. It happens naturally. I can't help it. Okay.
Bye. Oh, so we love Melee, we love Vaughn. Oh god, that was really fun. I gotta say, we gotta have them on more. But yeah, now that's back just to the crew.
I
Caster,
have to say this first. Black Reaper Kai, Shadow is not an edgelord. That's just
he is
because
the edgiest
don't know how to-
edgelord.
It's because nobody knows how to write him.
Caster, what's your take on Shadow?
I mean, when I first saw him, that's what I thought. I thought, "Ooh, look, edgy Sonic."
No. Oh,
Like, ooh, he's got a gun now. Ooh.
Also, we
That
do
was
need to have a
dumb.
Legend of Zelda stream at some point for sure. Oh god, but to me, I do agree. He was written to be edgy. Um,
not at first, actually. If you pay attention to his story in Adventure 2, he's not edgy so much as he's grieving and he doesn't know how to process it.
Okay.
And then the other games came along and made him more progressively edgy because they thought, oh well, kids really gravitate towards him because he's the coolest character. We need to like capitalize on this.
They gave him a gun.
Yeah, it was kind of a dark day in history.
But I will say, one of my favorite things is Jeff Fowler actually worked on Shadow the Hedgehog. And it kind of actually shows in this third game, in the third movie. Like, you can tell Shadow means a lot to the director, Jeff Fowler. Because he actually, like, that was, like, one of his first early gigs. So, I just love it. All right, Black Reaper, we are listening. But Caster, what are your top 3 Sonic games?
Oh boy, here we go. Like I said, I like I'd say my top Sonic games are. Now I'm not familiar with like all the Sonic games, so so you're like, oh my god, how can you not say this? Like, I just haven't played it. I'm not really too familiar with the adventure games, because I never had a Dreamcast, so I'm not too familiar with those. Would like to get them and play them. So mine is mostly limited to like the Genesis era and the Sega CD. So I'm just gonna say like I like Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Sonic CD.
Okay. Nix, what are your top 3 Sonic games?
Sonic Adventure 1, I'd love it if they could get it like remastered because
Yeah.
going back and playing it now, not great.
If they do it, it's going to be like a bundle pack with Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, God, I hope so. Make more use of all the different buttons on the controllers nowadays. But Sonic Adventure 2 is probably higher than Sonic Adventure 1, to be honest. I like the story a bit better there.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonic... I'm gonna say it. Sonic Heroes.
Oh, you hurt me. I'm kidding. For me, it's Sonic 2. I've actually never beaten that game. I think that the farthest I've gotten was like the Sky Zone. Metropolis Zone is just a gauntlet. Those 3 acts. Sonic Adventure 2 is really good, and then Sonic Generations.
Well, and I didn't get a chance to say this on the stream, but the song "Everywhere I Go" by Janet Jackson actually samples Sonic 1 from the Game Gear.
Really?
Go play the song and listen to it. The bridge zone where it's like "Everywhere I Go," do 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 do. That's actually from Sonic 1 on the Game Gear. That little
We'll talk
beat.
about Sam. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I saw the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early collection. It has a lot of like the Game Boy games. That's really like. I would be interested in like a collection of older Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, but it doesn't have Forbidden Memories, the PS1 game, which is but they did have like a bunch of the GBA games. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, like Sonic and music has always like been a big thing. Like people like to pretend like the Michael Jackson revelation is like this big new thing. I think we've always kind of suspected it for like a very long time that Michael Jackson had a hand in it. Like it was an urban legend as far back as like the 90s. Like Caster, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing people say like, "Oh, Michael Jackson like did music for Sonic 3," and I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, the way I remember it is after is that the Janet Jackson song?
That's not the Janet Jackson song, but that's the Sonic bridge theme. Listen to it. It sounds.
We'll check
it. Yeah.
We'll check it out after the stream because copyright.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. We'll check it out after the stream. Wait, where was I? God dang it. Like, what was I talking about?
Sonic music.
Oh yeah, and then like after Michael Jackson died in 09, they pretty much said,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they confirmed it. But then they went back to like, oh no, he actually didn't do it. Like in like around 2015, it's like, oh yeah, he actually didn't do the music or whatever.
Well, see, it all stems from the fact that like Michael Jackson actually did do things under the radar because he was contractually obligated to be doing other things, and he would do stuff like under a different name, or he would just anonymously just do stuff.
Yeah, the situation that I understand it is Michael didn't directly compose. It was mostly like his collaborators that really worked on the soundtrack, and he exited it because he didn't like the sound quality. Which to me all that makes sense. Like that's why Ice Cap Zone is like a just another random song because the guy from that band was a freaking collaborator. It's like Bruce Buxler or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible man, we're not going there. This is not that stream. Oh God, we're not. That is a bottomless pit of stuff. We're not
actually
going
kind of interesting, but Michael Jackson didn't do the voice work for that Simpsons episode, but he did write the song apparently.
I thought the way that I heard it was he did the voice acting, but he didn't do the singing for some weird reason. But you can actually find a version of Lisa, It's Your Birthday done by Michael Jackson. Like he actually did record a version of it.
I always thought that he did do that Simpsons episode, but again, because he would have gotten in trouble with his label, they actually put it under a fake name. So when you look at the credits, like that person's not real.
Yeah, because if you actually look at like the normal voice, it sounds a lot like Michael Jackson. It's either Michael Jackson or a very good sound alike.
Yeah, very good impersonator. Yeah.
But yeah, and what the funny thing is, the only way to watch that episode is if you have the DVD, because like that is banned on, like you cannot find that on Disney Plus. It is not on streaming. You have to, and I think even some of the Simpsons DVDs they take it off. It's like that's actually a very hard episode to find. Yeah, it is.
I did not know that.
Great episode. They were gonna have a sequel too with Prince involved, but Prince turned it down.
Yeah, Prince and Michael Jackson have always had like this because they're always kind of like pitted against each other. But yeah, but yeah, that episode is pretty heartwarming. You know, where like to give a gift for Lisa, he writes her a song, and the song itself is actually pretty nice, honestly. Lisa, it's your birthday. You know, yeah. Yeah, it's a good episode in my opinion, but yeah. See, I love how this just become a Michael Jackson stream. I love it. What like people don't realize just how big of an artist Michael Jackson was. Like people talk about like all the Taylor Swift stuff. Like Taylor Swift mania has nothing on Michael Jackson mania.
No, nobody understand. Nobody today understands, like, because I lived through all of it. So no one understands the scope of how big he was. He was the artist.
Like one of my favorite Michael Jackson stories.
He was the hottest musician for like decades.
For at least 15 years, 20 years roughly.
Yeah.
My favorite story is when he was doing the video for They Don't Care About Us. He went to like a South African ghetto, and like they're like, oh, we're concerned because of the warlords. The warlord actually promised Michael Jackson for 2 weeks this ghetto was going to be the safest place in the world. A warlord literally just cleaned up the ghetto so that Michael Jackson could do his video. That's the power he had.
Yeah. or the fact that he didn't understand why people were homeless. So he went around just giving everybody $100 bills down in L.A.
Yeah, or
that
like,
reminds me so much of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air meme. He's a little confused, but he's got spirit.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, like Paul McCartney's like, Michael, you should buy music catalogs. That's a great way to have passive income. Paul McCartney, that's a really great idea. I think I'm gonna buy your music.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Paul McCartney regrets telling him that. But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, let's start wrapping up here. We got the 2-hour mark. I got my 2 hours.
Yeah.
But let's do some shilling. So you guys have been great. So Caster, start anything you want to shill?
Yeah, I want to shill YouTube channel. So look at me for at YouTube with Caster Gravedigger.
Yeah, you have mod privileges. You can link it in the chat. Nix, while Caster figures stuff out, what do you want to share?
I will share if I can get it.
One of these days, I'll quit hitting the back button.
One of
Today's
these days.
not that day.
Nix,
Yeah,
you stole
but
my
today-
line.
But oh shoot.
Nick dead. Nick's
Ah,
dead.
no, I'm not dead yet.
Yet. Okay.
Soon, maybe. Twitch.
Well, hopefully.
I have Twitch. I'm playing Honey Pop on Twitch. They're letting me get away with it. How? Who knows?
Well, it's because okay. So never mind. That was okay. Yeah. No. So Caster, how you doing?
All right. I don't have a thing to type.
Okay.
I can type in private, but I can't type in the regular chat.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Melee. Thank you, Vaughn. This was really fun. Also, like, we're on episode 3. You guys are already showing up on a regular basis. So I just want to say I appreciate you all. Tuesday, we are doing Link to the Past. It'll probably be the last episode for that. Wednesday, we are doing Cringe Cinema. We're supposed to do it last week, but these two got ill, so I pushed it a week. And then hopefully no werewolf buttocks ruins our parade. Friday, we're doing the Friday at Frenzy for Warcraft. And Saturday, we're doing the last episode of Breath of the Wild. So, yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. So, thank you, everybody. And join us next week. We'll be going live at 8 p.m. Sunday for the next video game topics. This has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can literally show you the door. You don't have to walk through it.